too.
Okay, cool. I got the notes up if we are ready for a brief
Yeah.
recap.
Yep.
So, at the start of last session, we had to address the big issue of Abel's soul being trapped in the phylactery, realizing that protection from good and evil won't work on Abel's soul or the spirit of the wizard because they're
The
ghosts.
recap is shorter.
Oh, do we have recap?
I tried shortening it. It's a bit shorter.
There is.
Sorry.
Actually, no, it's okay because it won't load on my thing, but I can still piecemeal something together.
Okay.
Apologies. I'm also
No
half
worries.
awake.
No
It would
worries.
be session
Yeah.
15, not 16, by the way.
See, that's what I'm looking at because it's not even showing. Because I hit session 15 in recaps and it's just a blank doc
Oh,
for me.
sorry. Try 16. I got it backwards. It's 16, not 15.
See, that's just it too. Is now it's not showing a 16. It showed for a second.
Here,
Maybe it got.
I'll copy paste it to you.
You are a blessing. Thank you. Also, if I sound tired, I woke up from a nap. Um, that's where we started off. Was we had to figure out how to deal with the whole phylactery situation. Dun, dun, dun. And then we ended up going through various options and eventually decided that if we can force Abel to touch the phylactery and question whatever soul is projected into his body, and we can have Kino successfully determine if that was Abel or not. So Erasmus decides to literally just sit on top of Abel's unconscious body and force uh have Bemi bring the phylactery towards Abel's hand, and we did that on repeat until we were able to determine that Abel's soul was actually put back in his body, and then Miracle cast Shatter on the phylactery to destroy it completely. Um, as we continue looking through the room after getting Abel back, Erasmus attempted to retrieve a key from the cauldron, but then ended up encasing himself in silver. However, once we were able to figure out that the silver was attracted to him because he touched it, Miracle was able to send Unseen Servant um, to have the silver absorbed onto it and get Erasmus out of it, which did allow us to retrieve the key in addition to getting Erasmus out. We continued onward across a pit that Kino had already warned us about. However, when we attempted to figure out how to get across, Kino discovered that there was an invisible top layer of almost glass above the pit that would allow everyone to walk across it. Bimmy and Abel had gone across. However, on the other side, they ended up finding out that there was a Babao in addition to two rust monsters, which ironically the Demonomicon had tried to warn Sio about the Babao in the other room. Even though we were taken aback by that encounter, just out of sheer surprise, the battle ensued, but we were able to proceed on to the next area. Um, after liberally showering the monsters with shatter. Um, um, Abel was able to take out his Modron, but after asking it a question, it shoved him back into his original timeline. But Sia was able to contact him with her book and ensure Kino and the rest of the group that he was actually she didn't tell the rest of the group, ensure Kino that he was okay. Um, during that little situation, the group revealed to Kino and Abel right before he disappeared that the Arcane Brotherhood had actually sent them into the tomb, and they were warned by both of them to maybe not be so trusting of them in the future. Um, after they found out that Abel was actually safe in his own timeline, Kino did assist the group in making a map of the rooms ahead of them, um, including explaining different portions of what was to come and their functions, such as another glyph that would transport them to a demiplane. Um, and as they were doing that, at the end of the current hallway was a lever that Erasmus insisted on touching, and Imperivan had actually gone outside of the tomb itself into the darkness to see if he could pull it, but was compelled by some sort of very intense magic to retreat. As the group was trying to plan their next steps, Kino and Purivin were able to see some sort of ghostly visage of a figure at the end of the hallway that kept repeating a name over and over to them in their minds. Shaken, Kino suggested that the group moves on quickly, and we ended as Purivin and Erasis had lockpicked the door, and we were going to enter the next section.
Cool. Very cool. Thank you. All right. All right, Purivin. It's your decision. What would you like to do? Purivin's also at work, so he may not be able to answer right away, which is fine. So you guys notice that Purivin finishes the lockpick. It's successful. He's able to get in. He looks, I guess, back, and he basically asks, like, "What do you guys want to do?"
So I think it would be best if we assign people roles before we go in because it can get a little hairy once we step over that threshold. I also can't guarantee it's going to be the same room, but if it's the same layout, there's going to be a few tapestries on the walls that are actually slimes in disguise. There's going to be a chest, and the room locks behind you, as well as rumbles, knocking you prone and doing damage.
Yep. All right.
So what role should we take?
We obviously need at least one person that's good at picking the locks because the door on the other side should be locked as well. Someone that's a good fighter. I volunteer myself, but obviously I will not take the role away from someone else to deal with the slimes, and then someone to go in to deal with the chest if there is one.
Deal with it how?
Well, it most likely is going to be locked.
So 2 people to pick locks?
Well, you can also, I mean, you could have one person working on one and then the other, or you could have 2 people working on them simultaneously. The
Is
rumbles
the
are
chest essential?
the chest, if I believe it's in between the 2 doors.
Gotcha.
The door out is going to be opposite this one.
Well, whoever wants to help me, I'm more than welcome.
Okay.
And then we could
Yeah.
obviously always use extra people to aid those doing skill checks inside.
Right. I can offer my own assistance in the form of guidance. And I think it'd still be best for Erasmus to either assist Purivin with whatever task he decides to take on, or Erasmus can simultaneously work on the door or the chest, whichever one Purivin doesn't want to do. And I can stick with Erasmus and see if I can assist him in any way.
Since you're closest to the door, Purivin, one thing that you notice is that the room inside has like a sweet smell. It smells sweet. Not
Well, that's-
flowery. It almost smells like sugary sweet, but it's a
That's
sweet you've never ever smelled before.
that's dangerous if you end up telling us that.
God, Theo's weakness.
Oh no, it's Erasmus's biggest weakness. I think it might actually be a character flaw. I don't know. Let me check. It might be a character flaw.
You can't check somebody else's flaws. Only the person who made the sheet can do that if it's on their sheet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna text Gage because he and I actually talked about it earlier this week. And I don't remember if he said it was a flaw or if he just, as a vegetarian, really likes sweets.
Yep. Purivin, do you tell the group? Yeah, he may not be able to hear. That's fine. Anyway, only Purivin can smell it at this point. So,
Right.
what would you guys like to do?
I say we move on. We go in.
Yep. All right. So Purivin looks back and he gets the okay and
Thumbs
he
up.
opens the door. Yep, he opens the door. And this is what you guys see inside.
It's all gingerbread. is that? What the hell is that? Chris?
This is a different room.
What the hell is that? Are those plants? Are those Venus flytraps?
So, does anyone have low light vision besides Pyravin?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
So
dark
this-
vision.
Theo does.
Yeah. So, does dark vision confer better than low light vision? It does, right? Or is it? I need to read it. I don't
A
remember.
monster
I
with
have
dark
to read
vision
it
can
as well.
see in the dark within a specific radius. The
Yeah, that's what I
monster
thought.
can see in dim
Okay.
light within the radius as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
That's what I thought. It's even better. That's what I thought. Okay. So this is what it. So this is what it looks like here.
But we can't see colors if that's important.
Yep. So here it is low light. So let me show you better. Like so, as you start to look inside the room, you see what looks like hanging vines, and then motionless plant-like things that are affixed to the wall. And then you see what looks like an anchor, maybe, with a rope on this side of it. But so far, nothing's happening. There's no movement at all within the room.
Kino, is this
This
similar to something else you've
is
seen?
no. This is completely alien to me.
Right.
Kino, you
Well,
wonder to yourself if it has something to do with the keys.
Yeah. Would I recognize any of the flora on the walls?
Go ahead and make a nature check. It's hard. Go ahead and make a nature check,
while
though. Let's see.
he's doing that, Sio will pull the 10-foot pole out of wherever the group is storing it, and will pass it to Pirvin.
17.
Sure. Yep. 17?
Yeah.
You're pretty sure none of this stuff, like you've never heard of anything like this ever, not even in Schult. And there are certain plants that can attack things and that you know about from that your remembrance of this, but you don't think these are like if they are from Faerun, you've never heard of them.
I'm just gonna quickly from the doorway cast Divine Sense.
Okay. You do cast Divine Sense. It's neither consecrated nor desecrated ground. No fiend, celestial, undead.
Okay. All right. So I would suggest we have people with keen eyes go forward. Maybe keep your distance from the plants. And there's an anchor in the middle of the room.
There is with rope. Yep.
What's the smell like? Is the sweeter smell? Can we all
Yes.
smell it now?
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. So as the door did open, that sweeter smell starts to come out and be a little bit stronger. It wafts all the way to like right here. So Co, you can smell it. Kino, you can smell it. Eventually, everyone will be able to. But it smells like almost like sweet, sugary water, but it smells really, really appetizing. It's kind of a foreign thing
Um,
because it also has like it also has like a hint of like maybe even a savory like thing, but it's a very compelling smell.
So
Before we go in, I think we should plug our noses with something.
yeah.
that's not a bad idea. So I mean, it's very possible it's coming from the plants as sort of a perfume to lure in prey, like so many
Has to be.
like carnivorous plants do.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry, especially if the smell's already so strong just outside of the room. Sio will turn to Erastus and ask him if he has any tinkerings or even just some pins or things that he might have from all of his spare parts. Otherwise, we can just manually hold our own noses.
Yeah, I mean, Erastus would have to fashion something like a clothespin. He could probably make it with some of the things that he's going through, but you're not sure how effective that would be because let's say that it is let's say that it is something that you like inhale, breathing it in is still going to potentially like
Yeah.
be a problem.
Yeah. Should we pull out the masks that we've made? Maybe that would work. Free up our hands in case we need them.
It might help, you know.
Yeah.
I
Seal will
also
pull out the masks and stuff.
Okay. Yep.
I also am pretty resistant to certain charm effects. I'm not sure how much that would apply here.
Likewise.
I forget that's an elf thing.
I'm guessing Erastus will just hold his breath. He could do it for an hour.
Oh yeah, he
Yep.
definitely will do that. Co will still use his not the ventilator, but sort of the filter from his helmet, and she'll make sure that Pseudo Dragon also has his little makeshift mask. And yeah, that's
Okay.
actually a good idea. Thank you, Gretna. I forgot that man can hold his breath for so long.
Yep.
As we're all kind of just prepping in front of the door too, does my pseudo dragon notice anything in particular about these plants, if they're familiar or if they glow?
No, not yet. He doesn't see the plants glowing at all, but the only view he has is of like exactly on the stream here.
Mhm.
And as he looks, she doesn't tell you about anything that's glowing currently.
Okay. I will be sure to let the group know it doesn't seem that anything is innately magical at this point.
Do you think it will be a dumb thing for me to do psychic whispers on 2 of these plants to see if they can talk at all, so I can tell them not to eat us?
I didn't know you could talk to plants.
I can talk to any creature that I can see.
Oh, that's so cool. Co, again, very new to magic, very interested by that fact, is enamored.
Does a plant count as a creature?
It depends. It totally depends. Some
Yep.
some plants are creatures. Yep.
I mean, that sounds
But
really
if
cool.
it's like a dandelion, no, it has to have like an intelligence score and a bunch of things for it to be classified in raw as creature.
So would my helmet also work in that if it was a creature?
Yep, theoretically, if it's classified as a creature, yeah. If it has intelligence and stuff, yeah.
Sure. As an action, I might as well do it. It's not gonna hurt.
All right. Well, Paraven, first, what do you want to say?
Yeah.
I think we should try to get the plant's attention. Gretna, I know your helmet can do something about that. You want to go ahead and give it a try?
Sure. I'll do it. It's
Okay.
better than you know, using up a spell. So I activate my helmet and I go
Sure.
hello.
Yeah. And Greta, what's the range on your helmet? Does it say?
I don't know. You did. I don't think you sent me the.
Oh, I thought I did actually,
Oh,
but I
you
can read it to you.
probably did. And
I can
lost it.
read it to you though. It's okay. I
Okay.
can find it. Let's see. It's on your character sheet, right?
No.
Oh, you don't have it as. That's fine. Hold on.
I'm gonna whisper to Gretna and say, "Make us seem the least appetizing as possible."
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
So yeah, no, it's actually just within. It would be the same as if you were actually speaking. So, and it lasts for 10 minutes, by the way, when you activate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you can essentially talk to it. Yes.
Okay. So, um. Hi. Hello.
I assume that you're the one. Yeah. So
I go forward.
okay, cool. Do you enter the room?
No, I'll stay at the doorway.
Okay.
Knock on
So
the door.
it seems to wake up because it moves around as you say something, and then all of them move around as well.
Oh, gosh.
And now every single person. So when they start to speak, they actually so everyone can hear this. not just Gretna, and they say food, food, food. I'm so hungry, food. And they're all saying this in chorus. All of these in here that you start to see and wake up. Gretna, since you're above it, you can see a little bit into the room too. You can see that there's at least 4, but you hear 5 voices maybe.
Oh, great. Okay, so I hear 5 voices here, and they're all saying, well, you heard them, right? They're saying food. I think they mean us. No, we're not food. We're putrid. We're bad news. We're rotten.
They're friends, not food. I don't know if that will work.
I don't know.
I guess we should offer something to them.
Sure. I take out some rations, I guess. Right? Throw it at them? What? Right?
Erastus could maybe mage hand some to them, toss it into their open pod
Go
mouth.
for it. Here,
things.
I'll take out like some of my rations and give it to him.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Erasmus will cast mage hand and have Barry just gently like toss it into their mouth, one of their mouths.
Yeah, so he's gonna take Mage Hand and move it the 30 squares and just like try to drop it in, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So you go ahead and do that, and as they do that, they do get excited, and like almost like when they get to this square that's right next to them here, where my light is when it catches up, you see that there are these vines. Now you can see them clearly that are also like intertwined within the grout and mortar here, and the vines even reach up, and before he can even get Mage Hand like put the food in their mouths. This one here, the one in front, grabs it with its vines right out of Erastus's Mage Hand immediately, and eats it and starts to digest your day's worth of rations. And they all get as this happens, all of them started to get excited about this.
Do they seem calmer having eaten?
They
or
seem
just
more
eat
excited.
what they
They actually seem more animated and more excited now.
Uh-oh.
And by the way, they're saying food, food over and over again.
Well, we know to keep our distance and ensure that we don't get too close to any vines.
Why don't
So
we
you will
why don't
ask
we put some food like further out and see if they can grab it?
where do you
Yeah.
want it? And Seal will take some of her own rations and kind of dump them into Mage Hand.
Yep. Yep.
Where do you want them, Gretna? Like closer to us to see how far the vines extend?
That's what I'm thinking, you know? 'Cause-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're careful and you put them in this square and then you pause, you put it in this square and you pause. It seems like the way that the vines work is that once it gets to this square here and it pauses, it grabs it out. So it looks like probably to here is where these vines can reach to, this square here.
Okay, so
Where
like
the
3 squares in front
yeah.
of the wall with plants, like the anchor and all.
Yes. Yep. Where the
Okay.
anchor is. Yeah.
Okay. So now we know that much.
Yeah. So we might have some room to move, but I'm gonna have Bemi go in and away from the vines so he doesn't get hurt. I'm gonna have him just hover in the air and take one of his holographic images of the room. So before we go in, we kind of know what it is, so we can beeline there.
Sure. Yeah. So as he goes through and he takes a look, I'll let you guys see. There's like there's a tree that is still fuzzy to him, but over in this area here. Then there's what looks like a strange rock that looks almost like it could be coral in the center, and then there's a door over here, and vines, and then these things here, the
Uh-oh.
plants, whatever they are. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll make sure everyone can see that.
Yep.
You're gonna have to get close to the vines to get out.
know if it's a good idea or not, but what if we light a torch and give it to the mage hand and see what happens?
I mean, if we're intending on damaging these plants, I can do you one better.
Yeah, sure.
How so?
I back off. Sure, go for it.
Well,
Yeah.
just
I was intrigued.
I mean, are we going to aggravate the plants? Is that the plan?
Oh, I don't know what the plan is. I'm not a planner. I'm a
I
healer.
feel as though I feel as though we might have to, considering that it looks like up to the line with the rock and the anchor is how far their vines can reach. So we'd have to cross that threshold to get over to that door, and we have to make time for either Erasmus or Piraven to lockpick it as well, assuming we need to. I feel like we might as well deal with the plants now while we have some sort of range on them, as opposed to we all get in there and we all get clustered together and get grappled by vines or find out what these things can do.
Yep. By the way, your pseudo dragon does whisper to you telepathically. He doesn't say this out loud, but he says, "The wall is some kind of magic." He says, "I can see it now.
Which one?
The one in front of us."
The plants?
Yep.
Can you tell what kind?
He said, "No, but it's a magic.
Like the
It's a
wall
magic
itself
wall.
invisible, or it just has magic laced in the wall?
No, it's like it's got magic inside the wall. I don't think it's invisible."
Okay. Good boy. And she'll I don't know what he likes to eat, so she'll give him something of what he has liked to eat thus far.
Yep. Hold on hold on 1 second, guys. I just had a weird. Hold on 1 second.
Anybody got a fireball they can lob in there?
Um,
I
not
mean,
actually.
I don't
I
have
think maybe the
fireball.
tree is the running everything.
Not fire. I do have. Where is it? I do have Hellish Rebuke, but that's typically only if something tries its luck getting on my bad side. Kino, what were you thinking?
I mean, I have this, and you see, I just kind of do a small gesture in the air with my hand, and floating above me is this tiny ethereal claw that's just kind of made out of this like volatile, necrotic, almost like ghostly energy. I have this, I could just float it over there.
That's so cool.
But I mean, once we go down this path, I think there's no going back.
Right. Do you think it's safer to just try and volley it with attacks now, since we're in a somewhat safer area?
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, if we attack them, the door in front of us could close, trapping one of us inside. Something could happen with the room. Something could happen with the floor. I don't
Right.
think it will be that easy, sadly. I think if we're going to attack them, we should be ready for something that we're not prepared for to happen, because it's rarely this easy.
Right. So we should go in?
Maybe keep 3.
Hey, so sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Okay. Everybody there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I gotta. This is fucking the best. So I got a text saying there's a major emergency. You need to call me like right now. Like it's like a really serious thing. Like this. It was because because my girlfriend thought she lost her Animal Crossings island. Oh, the best. So
Oh,
That's a huge mood.
no.
I mean, it
Yeah,
would have
I-
sucked. It would have really sucked considering she's put like almost, whatever. But at the same time, it's like I thought like somebody had a heart attack or like. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry.
No,
That's
that's
fair.
absolutely something I have done with
Yeah.
Keith in his absence. I respect it and understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see myself getting that text message, so I feel for you.
Yeah. All right, sorry. So back to where we were.
So I would say if we're going in, I'll volunteer myself because I shouldn't make this plan if I'm not putting myself on the line, as well as maybe Piraven.
Yep.
Sio, what did your dragon say?
He said that looking closer after the plants started getting more active, the wall's laced with some kind of magic, but he can't tell. And he said the wall itself, so I don't think it's just the plants.
What about the anchor, the piece of coral, or the tree?
He can't see the tree without going inside, but he can see the anchor and the rope, and he can kind of see the coral. And he goes to Co, and then he speaks in common since he knows that everyone's listening now. He says, "No, they're not magic.
Hmm.
Says they don't glow." He said, "Wait." He said, "The coral maybe." He said, "Maybe small piece of the coral, maybe where there's that thing on top of it, but the coral, no."
What's the?
He doesn't know what
I'm
the thing
not
is on top of
stepping
it,
in.
but he says that if you go in and look, there's something on the coral, and it's glowing a
I
little
think
bit.
it's a starfish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sio and the dragon don't know what a starfish is, but I know what you're talking about.
Fish boy
Yep.
does.
Yeah, Turtle Man over here should.
Yeah, if you could absolutely speak up since you could also see it if you were going the thing. You can tell the party what it is. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would just
And
say
by the way, you would also recognize this. It is indeed coral.
makes me a little homesick.
Yeah. You also know that coral is from pretty deep. That's so a lot of people in Faerun, surprisingly, have actually never seen coral. And one of the reasons why is because number one, snorkeling equipment doesn't exist for the most part. But number two, coral in most cases like this is deep. It comes from like a deeper part of the ocean. So most commoners would not see it ever. Adventurers could because they might have things that let them breathe underwater and see underwater and get down deep. But I don't think anyone besides you, Pandemonium, has seen this stuff. Yeah.
If possible.
out of,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, out of curiosity, we would be able to mage hand the starfish off the piece of coral.
Try.
You could totally try. Yep.
We could get Mei-chan to do it, or we could get Bemi to do it. We'll probably try Mei-chan. Might be
Once.
stronger than that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we'll probably get Mei-chan to do it because it might have better strength than Bemi.
Once we have taken care of this room, however we are planning to take care of it, if Erastus would be willing, I would love to just have a piece of the coral broken off.
Yeah?
Yes. It's
We will happily comply as a fellow aqua person. I don't know what you would call them.
aquatic being?
Yes, we'll go with that.
Amphibian.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I can't remember the name for amphibian.
Am I being racist if I say amphibian?
Sio doesn't
All right.
know.
So so the plan is for Rassus to go inside to get it, the coral.
If he could just get Bemi to swing around the corner without going into the room, he will do that. But he will
Well, yeah,
recess if
he can. He
Larry
totally
can't.
can. Bimmy is strong enough to get the starfish out, but Bimmy would not be strong enough to break off a piece of coral, unless he wanted to
Okay.
sit there for a while. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if Bemi and Barry can finagle that starfish off, they can do that, and Rassus will tell Pan that he will get her a piece of coral before we leave.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So as Bimmy goes over and flies over, and he's able to touch the starfish. What ends up happening to Bimmy is Bimmy has like stats, right? You don't know them though off the top of your hand, do you?
Yeah.
Just-
Let me see if they're in his character sheet.
Yeah.
but I don't know. Oh no, Demi does have the stats. Please don't kill him.
Someone kill
Gage will be
that.
very mad.
Yep.
He only has 9 hit points. Please don't kill him. I think he has more hit points than my pseudo dragon. Please don't hurt either of them.
Yep. That's the only consequence, unfortunately, of Erastus not being in you know, super safe mode, but he's not because you're controlling him. So
He can make another one though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can fix him. He's just gonna be mad.
So is the plan to go in and hug the wall and loop around to the door?
but what's his dex modifier? Or what's his
I
dexterity? And I
think
can tell you.
he has-
Yeah.
So he has a 15 dex.
Okay. All right. So let's see if he. So if you want to, you can roll. Go ahead and roll d20.
Oop. Okay.
And just let me know what he gets.
Just a straight d20.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's a 13.
Yeah, so he fails. So what ends up happening is Bimmy touches the starfish, and water encapsulates Bimmy in like almost like a sphere. But it looks like Bimmy's heavier than he normally is because it does ground him, and he's now on the ground here. And it looks like Bimmy is being compressed on all sides. And after a little bit of time, only a couple seconds or so, Bimmy does take so he takes max damage, so he takes 10 points of damage. And what it looks like what it looks like happens is like basically it's almost, and Pandemonium and Erastus would be the only people that can recognize this. It looks like it looks like he got compressed with water. It looks like the water itself, it's almost like he was down in the depths thousands of feet. Pandemonium, you might have seen this yourself, where when you get too deep underwater, it starts to compress you, and like the water pressure like starts to seriously hurt you.
Mm.
That is essentially what happens with Bemmy, and he breaks apart after touching that starfish.
Oh god.
Yeah, if he really only has 9 hit points, because I got him with 10. So
Oh, his little homunculus servant. He has 9.
yep. Yeah, so Bemmy's now just a mess of broken parts, compressed metal, and other things fused
Okay.
together. However, once that happens, the water does go away, and it just falls on the floor after Bemmy.
And that's what happened when he touched the coral.
The starfish. Yeah, when he went to go
Starfish.
pick up the starfish. No, the coral he was able to land on, but then when he tried to go get the starfish and bring it back, that's what happened.
Dio will turn to the group, her face very pale.
Yeah.
We should not do that in hindsight
Yes.
at all.
We won't touch the starfish.
Did
So-
the starfish look alive or dead?
So now that you have a better look, it does look like the starfish might be living, in the sense that it's glistening wet, which is strange because it's out in the open, it's not dried, and it is actually the color that you see. So it's only very like as you've now started to stare at this thing because of what happened, every now and then you can see the faintest glint of movement. It does look like it could actually be alive.
I don't trust it.
So I broke the news to Gage, and he just sent me a mad emoji. So I think we're actually okay. He's fine. It could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not Erastus going down, he should be okay.
Then back a pancake emoji.
Yeah, you can definitely tell though. Like it's enough to compress metal, so it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Whatever happened. So it might be worse if you, because the thing is that Bimmy doesn't breathe, so everyone thinks about that
Yeah.
too. Imagine being encapsulated in water and having all the pressure go through. kind of awful. So
Yeah. But it doesn't look like that starfish thing can move fast, right?
no, it's moving very slowly, if hardly at all. So yes. And sure enough, as you start to look at everything too, there does seem to be on this side maybe another starfish, as you can
Oh,
barely
God.
make out another one there.
Sio will have Barry the mage hand gently scoop Benny's dead body into his hand, and
Yep.
he will return it to Erastus for him to pocket away and restore at a later time.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
How sturdy is that tree next to it? Is that an observation that I can make?
Yeah, so if you really want to look at the tree, you kind of have to basically hang your head out without going into the room yet. By the way, they're still saying food, food. Wow, food. But as you start looking at the tree has a very, 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 very distinct, very thin layer of frost all around the tree itself. It looks like it's frozen solid almost. Um, it does look like there's snow and ice on top of the tree itself too. It looks pretty sturdy, and as you can see, the room itself is much taller. So this is one thing, Kino, that you hadn't noticed until like you really took a look at it. The ceiling is much, much taller now in this room. It goes all the way up to where the tree is. Before, the ceiling was exactly where this ridge was, where the door was here, but now it's much taller.
Maybe don't touch that tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the group and be like, I have an idea for you guys to ponder about. So with the coral sitting there, there's this big, heavy anchor. If we can like convince the vines to lift up the anchor, or make a cantilever from the tree to drop the anchor onto the coral to break it, maybe that's something we could potentially do. I'm just thinking of ideas and kind of speaking out loud. You guys can
Yep.
look at me with disgust if you like. That's fine.
Yeah, Pan will look at you in disgust.
I mean,
That's acceptable.
it's an
Thank you.
idea.
Erastus will look excitedly at Pirvin because besides Abel, he's really the only other person who will talk shop about science and physics, and he will offer whatever he feels is useful advice on how to make the plan work / how to make it better.
Yeah,
Zan-
Erastus would be able to
Hard.
tell, by the way, that if the anchor is made out of solid metal, like it appears to be, that if it's anything heavier than like, steel or lead or anything like that, it's certainly heavy enough to break the coral. It's just who's going to be strong enough to lift that anchor. The anchor's probably in the realm of 300 to 500 pounds, if you had to guess. So definitely strong enough to break the coral, but lifting it might be the issue.
Yeah.
Would you be able to try the door on the other side of the room that we're going to go to? Can you try opening it with Mage Hand out of curiosity?
Yeah, and she does
Is
have
it-
dermatology as well. Yeah.
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 Sia will go up to the threshold of the door. She won't walk into the room,
Yep.
but she would definitely try Domaturgy to
Yeah,
throw that
dermatology.
door
Yep.
open.
Yeah, it does look like the door appears to be locked because it does not open.
All right, so we're going to need
So,
someone to pick the lock. I'll go in once I know the room is relatively safe behind you, Pirvin, if you want. I can maybe keep the plants off your back.
Uh-huh.
That sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. So, Kino, you guys want to walk in?
I will send Erastus with them because he is tanky and helpful with that sort of thing.
Okay.
We might
So,
not want too
go ahead.
many physically heavy people in here. Just in case.
That's a fair assumption. Erastus will hang with Gretna and wait to enter the room to be of assistance.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so you guys walk in, and immediately as you walk in, the smell does get stronger for sure. Um, it's almost like you reach a threshold because it's like to 10 times stronger once you walk through the door of that sweet smell, whatever it is. However, now you can see that there is a broken barrel on this side as well. There's the coral, there's here. All the plants are very excited. And as you look through, sure enough, there's another one as well. That's right on this side. There's vines, there's the door here, and then everything else in the room is exactly as it is. No tapestries, no anything else. Yeah. But at the same time, you don't feel like the floor is about to give way at any moment, although you wouldn't know for sure. But the floor has not moved at all.
You know what? I have an idea. Erastus, do you have any rope?
I believe
Um,
he does.
he does. Let
I
me
would-
see how much he has.
I would say he should tie
We'll
a
say
piece
yeah.
around my waist and tie it to
Okay.
himself just in case. If he
Uh-huh.
sees me, wandering towards any plants or whatever, he can reel me back in.
That is also smart. Pirvin, would you also like him to tie rope around you?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do the same.
Okay. Erastus has 50 feet of rope, so he should have, and between him and Sio, she'll salvage some of her rope to tie one around Pirvin, and then the remainder of the rope around, and then they'll tie another knot around it. So it's like you're on a double baby leash, essentially.
I can't
Okay.
believe I'm getting put on a baby leash before Henri is.
You're taking it with you to the other group.
Surprise.
Alright. Yep. Alright.
Andre's just like,
So
what did you guys do over there?
yeah, so you guys have a leash, essentially like rope tied around your waist, right? And it's you and Pirvin both have this tied, and then the group is like holding it. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
correct?
letting Pirvin
Erastus
walk
will
in
tie it
front of me.
around him.
Okay, you're letting Pirvin walk in front. Okay. So where do you want to go, Pirvin?
I would have to. Do you guys just want me to rush to the door?
I would say walk checking the floor in front of you just in case. Chris, I'm holding an action just in case the plants lunge at him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Um,
gonna go ahead.
So is the plan? So here you are. Do you want to take a beeline this way, avoiding the coral, and then try to get to the door?
I'm gonna Misty Step over there.
Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. All right. What's your range on Misty Step again?
60 feet.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you do Misty Step in front of the door. It does take an action to try to unlock it. So so as you're trying to unlock it, plants get advantage on this.
Uh-oh.
They do try to. Wow, I rolled a 7 and a 4. So they actually try to grapple you, but they fail in both attempts. But that does interrupt you trying to like unlock the door. Do you want to stay in the square or jump back? Give a round to make this decision.
I'm going to stay in that square.
Stay in the square. Okay. All right. So you want to try to go ahead and do it again with the door?
And Chris, that
Yeah.
would
If I need
trigger
to
my
roll,
action.
can I have someone roll?
And what's your
roll
action,
for
by the
me?
way, Kino? Yeah.
I'm
What's your action?
casting. Everything within 30 feet of me has to make all creatures within 30 feet of me that aren't the party
Yep.
make a Wisdom saving throw DC 13.
Yep. Yep. Hold on 1 second. Let's do. Okay, that one. It's DC 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they have a +1. So that one got a 13. Let's do the other one. Hold on. Saved. The other one saved. And the other one saved. 30. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, that one too. Hold on. Let's see. It's all of them. So. Wow, look at that.
I can't even make a plant scared of me.
I saved on every single one. That's crazy.
Oh my
I got
god.
I got a nat 20 as well. I got a nat 20 and one, 2, 3 19s,
Yes.
a 13. Yeah. And then the last one was an 18. Yeah. So none of the
Yeah.
plants yet are scared. The so go ahead and try again, Pyravin. To go ahead and do your investigation check to get the store unlocked. You don't have to make a dexterity check on this one.
All right, can someone roll a d20 for me and add 6 to it, please?
Yeah, I can do it for you if you want. I just rolled high. Hopefully, I'll roll high again.
No,
All right,
it's
so
situational.
16 plus what? 8, 6
Yeah, plus 6.
plus 6. Yeah, so Pyramid got a 22. You are able to unlock the door, but as that happens, oops. Well, that's fine. So go ahead and make an opposing strength roll, Pyramid.
Uh-oh.
Or I can do it for you too. What's your strength modifier?
It's plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, so you're probably, yeah, it's not bad actually. All right, so you just have to get higher than a 16, which you do not. So so Pyravin is essentially grabbed by this plant now. You are able to unlock the door, but the plant grabs you and now has you grappled up against the wall. You guys see this. We can't if we are gonna get if you're gonna make another attack against these plants, we can roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Let me
Wait,
know we
okay,
don't.
give me 1 second.
Are my hands free by chance?
No, you're completely and utterly grappled. So no, your hands are not free. They actually have so all the vines are literally all around your neck as well, and you can tell that they are slowly moving you towards the plant mouth. This one here. So,
Okay, sorry about that.
but what we can go ahead and roll for initiative. Hold on.
Also, that save I made them do, basically what you guys would have seen is I would have done this like roar, like almost like a battle cry, but my voice kind of gets this like weird resonance to it.
Yeah. I've actually personally never seen Keanu fail these ever. So every combat we've had, he's actually succeeded. But
Yeah.
yeah, this was the very first one. But
Usually I also have Portents and Banes helping me.
that's true too. That's also true. Yep. So here, let's do a placeholder for this, and then we can go. Since I can't use these as creatures, so this is not here, guys. This is just a placeholder for the. All right, I'm putting this away. All right, so they're all going to go on their own initiative. Just remember that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things. And did I get that right? Let's see. Okay, I'll roll initiative on mine, and then just let me know. All right, so they got a 12 collectively. So who got higher than a 12?
I got a 12 also.
Okay. So Gretna wins in that. So what's next besides a 12? I guess.
We have
I
to
got a
roll
10.
for Erasmus and
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, if you could roll for me and add 4 to that, that would be really awesome, guys. I'm
I can do
closing the
that.
store right now.
Yeah, no worries. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. You got a nat 20, so you're going first. You got a 24 for initiative.
disgustingly Pandemonium got a 21.
Nice. Okay, so Pandemonium got a 21 too. So cool.
Yeah, Chris, I rolled for Gage this time, but I'm probably gonna have you roll from now on because I not only killed his homunculus, but he got a 2 on initiative. So
All right, no worries. Yep.
that
Okay.
well.
Well, all my good rolls are probably done. I've rolled really well so far. All right. So he got a 2. So I'm gonna roll for Miracle too. Hold on. Yeah. See, I just rolled terrible for Miracle. All right. So she's going before him though. Sia, what'd you get?
So I got Erastus has 3 because he gets a +1 to initiative.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Erastus is still last. So, but what did you get, Theo, for your initiative? And Macmore, what'd you get too?
15.
Okay. And what'd you get, Theo?
Just a 5.
A 5. Okay. So I believe that's right. And what did you get, just to be sure, Kino?
I got a 10.
Okay, so it's correct. Just remember, even though there's only one pterodactyl here, which we're just throwing away, that's just a placeholder for all 6 of these. They're all going at the same time. Okay. All right. So the first thing, so Pirvin, you're up. If you have any way to like get out of grapple or whatever, or for instance, if you can even, I think Misty Step might also count towards that. If you can use it again.
Yeah, I should be able to. If I can, go ahead and Misty Step.
Yeah, let me see how that works, because I would imagine you can as well, but Misty. Let's find out.
And Chris, did you say that the plants were moving away from the wall? Was that what the pterodactyl was?
Yeah, but they're not. They're actually not moving. They're not moving away from the wall. What they're doing is moving Pirvin closer to the plant that's right next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pterodactyl was mostly just to have something to put in the initiative order.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't use the
gotcha.
plants as initiative because they're technically not creatures. So, I cannot find your ability for the life of me, Misty Step. Misty Step. Why does this not come up? That's crazy. Hold on. All right. So. Yeah, I mean, I'll look at this later. I might actually be wrong, so I am going to look this up later. But for now, I'm going to let you Misty Step out because that would make sense to me. So that might not be right, but I will let you Misty Step. So where do you want to be?
I will Misty Step as close to Kino as I possibly can.
Okay. All right.
And if I have a bonus action, I'll take that bonus action to throw a dagger wherever I can.
Yeah, you do have a bonus action still. So hold on 1 second. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can throw a dagger. Which one would you like to throw it at?
Whichever I can't really see right now. Whichever one seems most threatening.
Okay, yeah, the one closest to you is fine. So you go ahead and go through that. I can attack for it if you want. What's your modifier?
It's +5, I believe.
Okay, so you got a 24, which hits.
And then
what's the
1d6
damage?
+3.
1d6 plus 3. Okay. All right. All right. So Pirvin goes through and the dagger connects and sticks itself inside the plant as it slices into it. At that moment, the wall starts to glow a very faint green, and as a bonus action, your dragon says, "See, I told you it's something magic," and you're able to reclaim your daggers, right, Pirvin? Is that correct?
The spectral daggers, they disappear. I can summon as many
Right.
as I want from my hands. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you guys start to notice that even as it's damaged, the tear that he made is starting to heal itself immediately. I think that's the end of your turn. Can you do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Pandemonium, it's your turn.
Oh shit. I'm still not used to being early in the initiative order.
No worries. Also, the plants are all using their bonus actions to like not only
You're cutting out.
yeah,
heard
I
you say.
see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll come back in a second. But they start saying things like hungry and this hurts and like that they're basically going through and talking chorus or whatever. One of them is laughing hysterically. This one here is laughing at the top of his lungs. But So, wow. I always thought it was latency, but it is not latency. It is Tailspire that does that. You guys just see this? Our entire initiative order is gone because
Oh.
Tailspire is what's causing that blank out. Oh, man.
You want the
All right.
initiatives again?
Yeah, sorry.
Get the pterodactyl
yes.
back out.
Yep. He's down here.
Not something you normally hear.
Yep. Let's see.
We got plants, we got coil, we got a pterodactyl!
Get the pterodactyl out.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
get the pterodactyl out.
okay. Oh man, this thing. Oh my god, I cannot wait until this is better. Alright, hold on guys, sorry.
Bring the
pterodactyl's
pterodactyl
all
back
over
from the
Oh my
timeout
god.
corner.
It's even worse. The initiative order is completely broken. Oh my god. Hold on.
Oh, goody.
It's crazy that it's
Yeah, you can
Tailspire.
actually kind of see the text block underneath, like the. Oh, wait. there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, because you can see like see that that's actually one of the characters. But this whole time, because I cut out a lot of times during like the initiative, and I've always wondered what the fuck that was. But it's because it's Tailspire. Tailspire is literally, and by the way, I think that's the game master token, but it's Tailspire that is the problem. It's actually like disconnecting me. But hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. Actually, well, I'm going to do something for us before I reset anyway. So this is what ends up happening. So just so everyone's aware, we can continue the combat, but as that's happening and Pyravin goes through, you guys notice that no matter how much damage you do to these creatures, the wall behind them is healing them up to full every time. So
Well-
that's so we can still be in initiative, and I'll get this fixed in a second. But no matter what kind of damage that's done, this wall heals them back to full.
Pyravin, can you help me out? AK, can you do the aid action to give me advantage on this roll? I
Yes.
want to attack them with chill touch.
Yep. How? Yeah, but how? So tell me, like, how is he helping you with chill touch?
He's calling out the vines exactly where they were on the wall. Or this is what I would ask you probably
Yep.
to do, because from where he was a lot closer to them, and he would probably be able to point out some of the larger stems because it's kind of far away from me.
Sure. No, that's fine. I could. I'll buy that. Yep. All right, and you wanna try to attack them with chill touch, which is that a roll to hit or is that a save on my part?
That is a roll to hit. Let me roll with
Okay.
advantage.
Yep. Yep.
As soon as I do this, everyone needs to unleash. Everyone get ready to do some damage.
Yep.
All right, so does a 23 hit?
Yep. It hits.
So that's 10 magical necrotic damage, and until the start of my next turn, they cannot regain hit points.
Okay. Yep. That will work. Yep. So here, so let's try to get the initiative order back. I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. If not, I'll just restart it, but okay.
Does our
Yeah.
bottle there have like Roundup in it? And killer?
All right. Hold on 1 second. I have to restart it. Sorry, guys. I'll just restart Tailspire and that will fix it. That was fun. All right. Very cool. Okay, so let's do this again. All right. Okay, so do you have the initiative order, Henri? Amanda, I should say.
Well, it was definitely Pyravin first.
Yep.
Followed-
Pyrin was yep.
Followed by Pan.
Yep.
I don't know what the initiative was of the plants.
It
12.
was yeah.
It was 12 because it was the same as Gretna, and she went before
Yep.
them.
That's right. So I think
It was Mac next, and then Gretna, and then the plants, and then Kino, and then Co, and then Orasis.
so, Mac, Kino,
Mac-
Co,
Mac,
Arasis.
Gretna, plants, Kino, Co, Orasis.
Oh, gotcha. Mac was ahead of them. Okay.
Mac, Gretna,
Yeah.
plants.
Mac, Gretna, plants. Yep.
And then
Kino,
Kino, Co, Orasis.
Arasis. And a miracle's hanging back. She's
Yeah,
not getting
Miracle's
involved.
in auto roll. Auto.
Yep. Oh, it closed the door too. Yeah, this is interesting. It like did a lot of weird stuff. Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. So so he's done 10 points of damage. Go ahead. So Gretna, it's your turn.
Oh, all right. Has any of them taken damage? I'm
Yes,
gonna do
yeah,
totally
you're
dead.
yeah, that's
because-
fine. You're gonna do it on the one that's been damaged already, I assume.
Yes.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. So it's 9.
9 points of
Points
damage.
of damage.
Okay.
Necrotic.
That's pretty good. Yeah, so that is enough to kill that creature. So the creature does die. You can
Finally
tell
killed
that
something.
you can tell that it's like so the reason why you can tell that it died is because it actually started blacken and you can tell that it's like stopped moving. So all right, now it's the plant's turn. And these vines start flailing like mad, like all over here. They try to reach at you. They can't get to you, as it does look like they can only get to this as well. Um, however, everyone make a wisdom saving throw. If you cannot be charmed, by the way, you're not affected by this. But go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh wow.
Wait, I thought you said. Oh wait, you can't be
No,
put
I
to
make it-
sleep.
I make it with advantage, and I rolled 2 2s.
Yep.
Oh
Alright.
no.
Yeah, I can't be charmed, so I'm
Oh
good.
boy.
Yeah, if you can't be charmed, then this does not affect you. But this effect does not affect you. But
Thank goodness for that
Oh
rope.
wow. Okay, that's nice.
yeah, now that's the most important part is who's at the people that are at the end of the rope. If you do not want characters to walk forward, you have to use your action to literally hold them back. So
Heard.
Yep.
Let me roll for Erasmus.
Yep.
I'm not joking, Chris. You have to start rolling for him because that's the second time I rolled him a 2.
Oh great. So we have Erasus, the person that everyone's tied to, walking forward.
yeah, who's also the
Oh.
heaviest.
Yep.
All right, that's fine.
Oh.
I mean, that was always going to go down that way. So it's a good idea. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good idea. It's just if a couple people get charmed, then like they're going to drag everyone anyway. So unless of course
Yeah.
you cut the rope or whatever. But all right. So I guess who succeeded?
What's
And
the
if you
DC?
didn't succeed, so you have to roll higher than a 15.
Okay.
I'm good.
Gretna and Co succeeded.
All right.
Pyrovin is immune. Everybody else failed.
My
Okay.
God.
Awesome. Okay.
So-
So
Here.
This doesn't have a radius too, right?
You
It's
may
not like
think it's
everyone
awesome.
within the room.
well, no, it's definitely not awesome, but so it has a radius in the sense that it can only go to a certain thing, but everyone, even the people back here, are now involved because the door is open. So
Okay.
all right, so this is what ends up happening first. We'll go in initiative order. So
We never got to go.
they yeah. Oh yeah. How did we skip you?
Well, it was my turn, and then everything crashed.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can go back and do that because that's I mean we are in initiative order, so
No.
go ahead and
I'll just let things work out as they're working out right now. I probably would have just cast like a vicious mockery at one of them.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so everyone that failed that, when it comes up to your next turn again, your turn is just going to be walking forward, and I'll explain that in a second. So
No actions.
Nope. 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 You are compelled to just walk a certain number of squares and stop and stand there. Yeah. You do have reactions though. So for instance, like if you have something that allows you to use a reaction as you're coming into a square something attack, you can do that. But otherwise, it's just going to make you walk forward. So
Only
um,
reaction, not bonus action either.
you do have a bonus action, but it can't be towards any hostile action on the creature.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
When you say the creature, you mean all the plants?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, but we'll get to that in a second. So, so that's their turn since they can't do anything else. Kino, your action is going to be to walk up here, right next to the plant. CO,
Okay.
you succeed. Actually, so while that happens, though, this is how it gets a little funky in initiative order because of the rope. So this is what I'm going to allow. So you are attempting to go up her. We're not going to resolve this though, because Piravin's going to get a chance to hold you back. But we'll see that in a second. So potentially you are in this square, but we're going to find out. CO, since you get an action now too, you will also see this. If you want, you can either do an action or do your normal turn, or you can also, since you're tied to this rope, try to tug on it. But you do see Kino walking first. You still there, Sia?
No, our Wi-Fi sucks.
No
I
worries.
would like to hold on to the rope, but I would also like to. Would doing an observation of the group be a free action, or
As long as you're not making passive, it's definitely a free action. You can look around as like a free action, you just can't make perception checks. And you can't, here's the one thing, you cannot hold the rope and try to keep him and cast a spell because those are both actions.
right?
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try. And actually, no, I'm not going to need to make a perception check and see if anybody else is messed up like Kino. And Kino's kind of close to Pier, so Pier can help handle that.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to make an actual perception check and do in
Yeah.
radius and that, go ahead and make a perception check, and then I can reveal it to you.
Yeah.
This isn't a low DC because it's
Well, I hope it's as low as a 6 because that's what we're rolling.
that's fine. And you don't have anything above that, right?
That it's a 6 because I only have +1 to perception.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. So this is what you do notice. Even though you don't actually notice at this point that Kino has started to walk up, you do absolutely notice that Arasis, who is behind you, has started to move. Arasis, or was behind you, but that's fine. Arasis is clearly affected by this since you're right next to him. You can tell. What would you like to do as your action, though?
Okay, as my action, he's not gonna like this, but because whatever's happening to everyone else is similar to what CO can cast, she's assuming.
Oh, I'm well, by action, I just mean like I don't mean that you can cast a spell since you made the perception
Yeah.
check, but you can do like bonus action or
Is unarmed strike a bonus action?
is what?
An unarmed strike, like if I just wanted to slap the heck out of Arasis?
Actually, I think an offhand attack can be a bonus action, but it depends on the feat. I don't know if it's raw bonus. Does anyone know? It's your offhand attack.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be proficient in it, so it's going to be hard to hit him. To be honest,
No,
I don't think you'd be able to hit Arasis, even
well,
if you wanted to.
just it because CO has charm as a spell, so
Yep.
she's kind of putting the dots together that something's wrong and they're being compelled to walk towards it, so it might be charming them. So she'll know.
Yep. Yeah, I would definitely buy
extension
that.
it's
Yep.
gonna do. So she's
Yep.
just trying to like slap him into consciousness and not like hurt him, but like get him to focus?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So unfortunately, rules is written. You have to actually meet his AC. And an unarmed strike, it's gonna be super tough. Unfortunately, super tough. I know
Yeah.
it's should be easy. Slap him in the face or whatever, and he's not gonna pose. But the way that it's actually written to get out of charm, unfortunately, it's not that easy. Like you actually have to do damage to him.
Yeah.
You would know this too. You're
well,
not
I
gonna be able
think-
to get through his armor like that. He's just too armored up, and yeah. You can try to make a strength check to oppose him, but the problem is he's also decent at that. So
Yeah. That's probably gonna really be the only thing I can do because I
Yep.
don't have any bonus actions that deal damage.
Yep.
Yep, we're gonna the way I'm rolling, we're gonna make an effort.
Yeah, go for it. I'll roll his opposed strength check to see if he can oppose you.
Don't think I rolled one double digit number
You're not gonna.
tonight.
It's not gonna work. Yeah, I rolled a 17, and he's got the gauntlets on. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you roll in that 20, you'd be able to actually.
No, I rolled an 8.
Okay. All right. So Sio's still trying her best. Arasis on his turn does walk forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All up to and you are theoretically here, but we'll find out. So Miracle's not going to do anything. Piravin, since you are right next to him, you can oppose him. You can try to hold the thing so he doesn't walk all the way up here.
Would
This is
Theo
all
get an
happening-
opportunity attack?
Sorry? Yeah, he could do that too. I mean, he could attack you. He doesn't get an opportunity attack to you right now just because Piravin wouldn't like necessarily know you're charmed and he's not like an enemy. However, Piravin can absolutely attack you if he wants to as well.
No,
Absolutely.
I meant Theo to Arasis.
Well, actually, technically, yes. CO would. That's actually a good point. CO, I will allow you to make an opportunity attack knowing that he's charmed. If you didn't know that he wasn't charmed, no, for sure, because he's just a player. He's on your side. But since you made the perception check knowing that he's charmed, yeah, you can make an opportunity attack. You just have to roll with whatever you have to roll with whatever you have. So you could have absolutely done that.
Thank you.
I'll allow that if you want to roll again and try to attack him.
Trying to find something that's not gonna hurt that bad. We are going to do.
Well,
Just
you just get a. I think it's just like a melee attack. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I have a dagger.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna non-lethally just try and take a stab at Arasis to kind of
Yep.
like jolt him out of his current state.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll. See if you can find a space in his armor that's he has exposed.
Done. Hold on.
He's got
That's
a pretty high AC. Yep.
Well, it's not only that, it's I roll very poorly for whatever reason, so that's an 11.
All right. So then what ends up happening is the group can see that she is drastically trying, like panicked, trying to like get through it, but he just like walks on and doesn't even like you're like an ant to him essentially. He just like walks past you. All right, Piravin. So Kino was right next to you. So even though Kino is technically in this space, since it's all happening at the same time, if you want to, you can oppose him as well. You do not know that he is charmed unless you make a perception check, so you don't get an opportunity attack against him. However, I will allow you to hold the rope if you want to.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Right now, I'm driving home and it's raining.
Okay.
So
Oh,
if
no worries,
everyone
no
could
worries.
just make
Yeah,
the
no,
best
I'll roll for you.
perceptions of what I would actually do, that would be awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Holy shit. I rolled a nat 1 for you, so that does not work. You are here, unfortunately, Kino. All right, Pandemonium, it's your turn.
I'm compelled.
Okay. All right.
Attack her.
So, yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume you have a speed of 30, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to double move, so
I
it's
see
fine.
Pam go forward. Can I give her a slap?
No, because you rolled so low that you didn't recognize that she was actually like charmed. And
Also,
you
you
were
only
so
get one
busy.
reaction.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say too. And the other thing too is you were so busy with Erastus. This is all happening at the same time that you only got a chance to do with Erastus, and she walks past you as you were trying to like basically do the same thing with Erastus.
Wait,
Mac, yep,
Gretna's not charmed, is she?
Nope.
no, nope, nope.
Can
She's
she
coming
slap
up.
her? Or no, she didn't make
She's
perception.
coming up.
I didn't
Yeah,
make a
her,
perception check.
Shit. Never
but
mind.
she's
Sorry.
coming up though. But Macmorn, what's what do you want to do? Or did you fail? Macmorn failed actually, didn't he? Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, it's been fun.
5, 6. All right. So Macmorn's over here. Actually, what am I doing? Macmorn's right here. All right. Our Miracle failed as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, no,
5,
yeah,
6.
yeah.
So Miracle. Oh, actually, I didn't roll for Miracle, did I? No one
Well,
rolled
I
for
thought we
Miracle.
were just having her in auto mode.
Unfortunately, it's the whole combat right now. She'll run away, but for now, turn. But for now, yeah, she still gets compelled. If I don't fit, I'm gonna roll for her though. Yeah, she definitely failed. All right.
Failed.
Okay. Cool. All right, Mac. So we will get you in there too. I think I already did. Yep, you're in there. All right, Gretna, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up and look at the
So
wall and
Greta,
cast.
you see all of them. So you see all of them advance forward. The thing is, you're just not sure yet, unless you make a perception check. You're not sure if they're just rushing in for combat, because again, this is all happening all at once. But go ahead.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Sio had said anything about seeing magic. You said that the wall looked like it was magic.
That, and also, you know what? I will allow you as a panic thing. I think Cio would have said this anyway. Even if Cio screams and you do see Cio attack Erasmus, I will give you that. Without even using your perception, you know something fucked up. So at that point,
But you
you
said
would
the
at
wall
least know.
started to
Yeah,
like.
it does. The wall
Okay.
does glow slightly
Then
green, but you would
then
also
I am
see
casting
Erasmus.
dispel magic on the wall.
Okay, that's a good idea. Go ahead and cast a spell. Magic.
I do. DC. Let's see. For
Yep.
each spell, each choose one creature, object, or magical effect within the range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target's ends.
Yep. You still have to roll, unfortunately. Yeah, you have to roll. There's a
Oh, I
DC.
do.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. It's not. I wish it was that easy. Ask Amanda. she wishes it was
Leave
that
me
easy.
alone, Chris. Leave me alone.
Yeah, the dispels it. So the way dispel works, Greta, so you know, it's an incredibly powerful spell, but it's one of those spells that you have to take a spell slot to use. If you don't make the DC on it,
Oh, I see. So
doesn't.
I do wisdom. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then I just do wisdom. Just press wisdom.
Yeah. Or if you
Oh
want,
no, I
you
press
can.
3. I press 4. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just
Oh
use your
come
spell
on! Are
modifier.
you kidding me?
Yeah,
Here.
this happens to Amanda all the
That's
time.
crazy.
It is such an amazingly powerful spell, but that's the downside, is that it's not reliable.
No, I was so sure it was gonna work.
Yeah, it would have been
Ah.
awesome if you had dispelled it. Would have been
Yeah,
awesome.
would have been awesome. Wasn't it not
But,
one?
all right, so it's the plant's turn. No one's actually in range for the plant to do anything yet, but Keanu. So Keanu, it's going to try to grapple you.
Chris, this isn't a disease, is it?
It's not. This is not
Okay.
a disease. Yeah,
I thought-
it is not.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
So it does. Go ahead. It does grapple. I rolled high enough that I don't think you can even oppose it. You could try, but you'll have to try your next turn. But it does go ahead and grapple you. And what it does is it brings you right into its square here, and you guys can see that like all of its vines and everything are like all over Kino. He's now like lifted up in the air as well. So you're not incapacitated, Kino, but you're grappled and like all your movement is down to nothing. Also, your hands and feet are bound and all that fun stuff. But that's all it can do.
I wouldn't oppose that, right? It's just a roll.
Yeah,
I'm
for this last roll, you'll see there's another piece to it that you do get to oppose. But
Okay.
all right, now since it's at the start of its turn as well, which really, really sucks. Everyone has to make another wisdom saving throw again.
Oh God.
Yeah, it really sucks. Yep.
Oh, we're not immune if someone saves from it?
No, if you save the first time, you still have to make it again. There's a limit to this, by the way, but this is a pretty awful one. Yep.
I'm
If
assuming
you've
that
already been
people.
compelled, or charmed, you also have to make a saving throw again on the start of its turn, which really sucks.
Am I good or what's going on?
I can make.
Well, he can't be
All right,
charmed.
a little bit better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what am I saying? You can't be charmed, so it doesn't affect you. Yeah, yeah. You just have to make a DC of 15, by the way.
Only.
Oh,
Gretna and I
oh,
are still
man.
good.
Now,
Yeah, I wish I rolled that for the dispel magic.
Well,
now
I
here's the
might be
thing.
good.
Here's the other thing. So Co, you saved, right?
Yes.
Who was the other person that saved?
Gretna, me.
I got an unnatural 20.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fine. Kino, you're fine. You snap out of it then.
Thank God.
Yeah. Once you save once, what I was about to save is if you fail this, you get advantage. So if you've already saved and you fail, you get advantage, and then you're immune. So the way I'll let this go so we can make this a little faster. So if you saved and you fail it this time, you get to roll one more time with advantage. And if you save it again, you're immune from this effect.
So we have to save one more time to be
Correct. Yep.
heard. Okay. Well, Gretna and I are good for now. And Pier too, because racial traits. And then Kino. One person.
Yeah,
One more
I'm just
person.
being hoisted into the air.
All right. Okay, Kino. If that's the case, then it's your turn. Yep.
All right. Would I be able to attempt to break free?
Yes. 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 That's your opposition strength check. It's a strength check to get out of this.
Straight strength, or could I do athletics?
I would allow you to do athletics in this case. Yeah.
17 plus
Nice.
3 is 20.
Okay. Yeah. So you see that Kino's character, she literally bursts out of the vines, not only with her pure strength, but with the fact that she was also like moving in a way that her armor started cutting the vines as she did this, and she breaks free. So that's your action, Kino, but you can move away if you want.
Yes, I will move away. I will move towards Puritan.
Yep. Yeah, you go all the way back. Cool. All right. All right, Sia, it's your turn.
We have already killed one of the plants, correct?
Yes, one of the plants is dead. That is correct.
Okay. So that leaves Miracle, Mac, and Erasus, who are all still.
At this point, if you want as a bonus action to scream, people like you can basically communicate to the group what's going on. You totally can do
Yeah.
that now. So anyone seeing a
Absolutely.
character that moves can take an opportunity attack if they wish. So
Definitely going to convey that information, and I'll tell them that Pan, Mac, Erasus, and Miracle are all charmed.
okay.
And then no one's looking particularly bloodied right now, correct?
No, I mean unless they were bloody before this encounter.
Which I don't think anyone was. So,
Yeah.
Immense apologies, everyone, but this is the only thing I can think to do. So, I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and it's going to encompass all of us. And I'll drop concentration next turn.
Yep.
So, I'm going to cast
And what does
that.
that spell do?
So you open a gateway to the darkness in a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness. But it says 150 feet by 20 feet. So now I'm kind of confused about the measurements. I think I can cast it from 150 feet away in a 20-foot radius sphere. Okay. Can I? How much of the plant can I encompass?
You
'Cause
still there,
that might
Sue?
be okay. Oh, did it cut out again?
No, I hear you.
Anyone else here, Sue?
Yeah, I can hear.
Huh?
Chris, can you
Or
hear
is
me?
it me, maybe?
Chris, can you hear me?
'Cause I can hear
Okay,
Chris.
oh, sorry. No, I think it was my headphones. Sorry about that, guys. What did you say, Sue?
How much of the plants can I get in a 20-foot sphere?
In a 20-foot sphere, you can get. You can get all of them if you position it properly within a 20-foot sphere. So, yep,
I would like to use my action to do that.
yep.
And I've already used my bonus action to talk, so it's really just casting Hunger at the Dar.
Yep.
Let me see. I have to make a dex save.
Okay. Do you want me to? It's risk reward. Do you want me to make separate ones or all at once? It's up to you.
I guess separately because there's a higher
Yep.
probability.
Yep. Okay. So, what's the save?
It's 15.
All right. So 1 fail, 2 fails, 3 fails. All right. One of them saved, and 4 fail. Wow. Let's see. So, only one of them saved.
Okay. So the gist is any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature in the area takes 2d6 acid damage.
Cool. Okay. Very cool. So they take 2d6 cold and 2d6. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, at the start of their
the
turn, they'll
start-
take 2d6 cold, do their action, and then at the end, they'll take 2d6 acid.
Cool. Okay, that's very cool. Yep. All right. It is Erastus's turn. Erastus. All right. So both Miracle and Macmorn get opportunity attacks against Erastus if they choose to take them. But Erastus is going to move all the way up towards here. So oh god, this sucks for Miracle. I'm gonna allow Miracle to take the opportunity attack since she's charmed anyway and in this mess. So she's probably gonna fail on Erastus, but let's see. She does. She's not able to get through his armor. You can
I'll
make
hit
an
him with
opportunity.
my hammer.
Yeah, go for it, Mac.
Yeah, give him a good old swift hit to the noggin with that.
Yep.
Saw that one.
Yep.
19 to hit.
I don't think that hits. Can you just double check in the script sheet? Is it 20
is
or
a
19?
20. AC's
Yeah.
20 with the gauntlets
Yeah,
on.
so it doesn't hit. She shrugs it off. He doesn't even care that you hit him. Moves up. Miracle, on her turn, since I saved, is going to run over here. Pirvin, your turn. Oh, that's right.
Do you guys think
Pirvil's-
I should attack or what should I do? Because right now I can't. I'm not really
Yes.
paying too
Yep.
much attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please help him out of it.
Yeah. So, how would you like to attack him? You want to throw daggers? Or you want to run up and hit him?
Left hand, right hand, spectral knives,
Yep.
and it's +5 on hit, and then it's 1d6 +3, and I'll do
Ooh.
bonus if those
First
hit.
one does
And sneak
hit.
if I have it.
The first one does hit.
Just a
Um,
reminder, Chill Touch ended at the end of Kino's turn.
Yeah,
So they
it-
can
it-
regain hit points again.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you. So you are able to wake Erastus up. He's already taken his actions, whatever. But Erastus, how much? It's 1d6 +3. This takes 6 points of damage, but he's awake now. In this Pandemonium, it's your turn.
Okay, so which of them has died?
That one. Sorry. So here, I'll put light on it. This one here.
Okay. I am going to Vicious Mockery at whichever one is closest to an ally.
Yep. You have a couple different options, but that's fine. Yeah, we can do this one. That's fine.
And
Go
that's
for
a whiz save.
Wisdom saving throw, and it gets a nat 20. Sorry, I crit. I crit. Sorry about that.
These are some crazy dice rolls tonight.
I know, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm also going to bonus action give Kino a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And I am going to move let's say like 15 feet back. Not my
Yep.
full movement.
15 feet back. Okay.
I can't quite see if I have the space to move 15 feet back, but whatever
You do.
space I have.
You do. Yep. You do. You can move 15 feet back. All right. All right, Macmorn. You have a couple different options here. You can attack the plants, or you can drag Erasmus back. Since Erasmus is no longer charmed, he won't oppose you. So you just have to, if you want to drag him, you can drag him at half movement, 15 feet.
I'm gonna attack the plants with that bone sword.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and just roll a d20 then. And add your to hit modifier.
I just rolled 20 out of.
You crit on it?
No, I think that just was.
Oh,
Just
did I
gave
give
me
you
a
the sword yet? Did I give you the sword yet? Do you have it yet?
Gave me the-
No,
I
no,
have- I
I
carry it.
know you physically have it, but did I give you the thing yet?
No.
Have you identified it? Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. Go ahead and roll, and
Oh, we
add your hit
identified it.
modifier.
We know. I know it can't stops the thing from curing.
Right. You do have it. Okay, good. All right, so go ahead and use that then. That's fine. If you have it equipped, go ahead and use it on your sheet. That's fine. Yeah.
This doesn't seem to be. Oh. Oh, okay. I just rolled the die 20, so I rolled a 9.
Okay. It does.
Plus,
It does. It that. What actually? What's your plus hit modifier? 5.
A 6 to hit.
Okay, so you get rolled a 15. No, that hits. That does hit. 15 hits. So go ahead and roll your damage, and it cannot heal now until the beginning of its next turn, I believe. Correct?
This is a great sword damage. Die 10.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Ooh, a chilly bone sword.
Yep. All right. While
So,
he's. Yep. How
2
much?
plus my strength is.
Yeah, you should be able. I gave you this in D&D Beyond, so you can actually attack with your character sheet too if you want. So it should be an Avre. But we'll do as you're doing the damage. Gretna, what do you want to do?
I'm not positive whether I still have the spell slot, but I'm gonna try and cast Beacon of Hope on everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think you have one. But...
Yeah, I got one more left. Okay, so I cast Beacon of Hope. I
Yep.
don't know why it has all those other things on it, but everybody now has advantage on Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws.
that's good. Yep, that was good. Cool. All right. So now that it's the plants' turns, all of the plants that all took damage, it looked like they have now like basically been healed to full. And the one that was dead has been resurrected, and it looks perfect. It looks like it's like completely perfect. And now that Erastus is in range, they are going to grapple Erastus. Let's see if they do. So keep in mind, the plant was completely resurrected with whatever that green stuff is. But they actually fail. They actually cannot grapple Erastus. Kino, it's your turn.
All right.
Are they still going to take that from the hunger of the dog?
Yes, yeah, they still take the damage. So, and how much was it? 2d6?
2d6 cold at the start of their turn, 2d6 acid at the end of
9.
their turn.
Yep, they are going to still take the damage. So 9 plus 13. And as so they look like they're all kind of hurt right now. Pretty significantly, especially with the acid. Oh wait, what am I saying? No, you actually killed every single one of them with the acid damage. For some reason the acid damage looks like it does more damage than it should have. CO, you would notice that. The acid damage is particularly nasty to these creatures. Um and they do look dead. Um However, here's what's going to end up happening because we're still in initiative order. What will end up happening is after 6 seconds, of 3 to 6 seconds, they all are alive again.
Oh,
They've been resurrected completely. They look like there's been no damage.
the gods.
How about we just get to the door and get out of here?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's our next best action.
Okay. Well, let's take ourselves out of initiative so that we can actually do stuff and go through that. And then when we need to get back initiative, we can.
I would just move over. Is Erastus
Something
still
about the
grappled?
greenish, like magic on the wall, is keeping these things alive. So you guys have noticed. So
Too bad I couldn't dispel it.
yeah.
Only Henri was here to
The
dispel
green-
that wall.
She
Green
probably
stuff
would have
didn't
messed
take
up so
damage
badly
from-
that she made the wall more powerful.
No. No, Henri would have dispelled it. Anyway, okay. So all right. What would you guys like to do? So they're still flailing around. They're like ravenous with hunger. Mac, you step back a little bit just because it's pretty intimidating that you have all these vines and stuff going through. So this is what we have in the room. We have a frost tree. We have a thing of coral, which really bad starfish. We have this thing here. And then Kino knows from being in here before that there is some kind of secret area on this side. Whether it's here or not anymore, he doesn't know. But he also knows that this doorway last time didn't work, but sure enough may work now. So
Can the dragon see anything through the wall?
I will ask.
all the dragon. So the dragon, if CO asks, the dragon does see the magic in the wall itself, but it cannot see. It can't see anything beyond the wall, and it does not think this wall is magic. But it can't see past illusions or anything like that, like yours.
She
Oh,
will
okay.
check her-
Yeah, yeah, it's got different things. Yeah,
Oh, sorry. What was that? What did she see? I'd probably ask her directly.
yeah. Seal would probably explain to you that it sees that there's magic within this wall for some reason. It's glowing to the pseudo dragon, but this wall is not showing magic, and the door is not showing magic or anything. The tree does glow. Like the pseudo dragon see the tree. The tree certainly glows with some kind of magic effect, and the starfish glow. But the anchor and the rope do not.
What about the barrel?
Nope, the barrel does not glow.
I just want to check inside the barrel real quick.
Sure. Yeah, you guys see that Kino goes around to check inside the barrel. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Kino. I know you're gonna take your time, but let's see anything weird.
Natural 20.
Awesome. Okay. So Kino, there's a couple things that are strange about the barrel. First and foremost, it's actually hidden between not only the rubble and also just the wood in places too, but there's a metal bracer ring, and inside the metal bracer ring is a set of carved out, very intricate, very small runic script all the way around the ring itself. Um, and uh, and then in the rubble of the barrel on top of that is what looks like a charcoal drawing that was rubbed out maybe from like when the barrel was like destroyed. However, you can still make it out faintly, and it's a diagram of a very crude drawing of this tree, and then a rope around the tree itself. But that's it. The
Alright.
rest of the drawing has been gone from time and whatever. But
I'm gonna point everything I see out to Pirvin, who's standing right next to me,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna point out the thing with the very intricate runes on them. You said it was
Yeah.
a brazier?
No, bracer. So it's this metal.
okay.
It's this metal. So if you look on the stream when it catches up, it's this metal ring, and
Oh,
inside
okay.
of the metal ring, this is meant to basically brace the inside and outside of the barrel itself, so that it could have been like basically stronger. But inside of it is this very tiny but very descript like runic like thing. It's in a language you don't really understand. It could be magic, but like it could be some kind of magical script, but the pseudo dragon did say that it wasn't clothing. So
Alright, I'm gonna point out the picture and I'm gonna say maybe we can recreate this. Also, I want this ring.
Okay, I just got back on my laptop. I'm gonna
Cool.
do what everyone tells me to do because I'm just trying to catch up.
Sure.
So
What
we,
want to do?
I'm gonna call Erastus over. I'm gonna show him the drawing. I'm also gonna show him the actual ring with the runes because he'll
Yep.
probably be better. I'll also call Macmorn over because Macmorn seems to know a thing or two about runes.
Yep.
Yeah, Erastus will waddle over and give whatever relevant advice he can.
Yep. You guys can both, if you want to. Macmorn, you can make an Arcana check. Erastus can make an Arcana check, and then he can do an investigation too.
Chris, would you please roll for Gage because I'm
Sure.
kind of tired of failing him at this point.
Sure. Let's see what I get. I just rolled a 4, so that's not great. What's
Oh,
his
no,
modifier on Arcana?
On Arcana, it is 6.
Okay, 10. Yeah, he knows that all that Erasmus knows is that it's in like a basically a language that's meant to like talk out to the weave, but he can't read it. He doesn't really know what this would be, what kind of magic item this is.
Is it actually a written language?
It might be. He doesn't know for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try my helmet on it then.
Yep. Okay. All right. How many charges does your helmet have? 3?
It doesn't say. It's a tuned item. I don't know.
What's
It says I can cast comprehend languages on it.
Yeah, I could have swore that it had a thing. You might be right though. What's the name of it again?
It's the
Um,
Helm of Comprehend Languages, and it's in my equipment. I actually just put
Yep,
it in.
Helm
there.
of Comprehending Languages. Yep. Uh, yep, and it says you can cast comprehend languages at will. Yep, that's a pretty awesome one. Yeah, so it does allow you to read it. This is not a secret code. So this is basically an old abyssal, but it is magic script. So it's abyssal, but it's magic. And what it is instructions on how to basically like take this item and activate it. The instructions though are pretty like it would take you a while to read this. If you want, you can sit down and do it. But this is as much script as like maybe like 90 pages of a book and on this ring, and it's very very tiny. So you can't absolutely read it. It's just going to take some time. It's going to take like an hour to get through all of it. It's instructions though.
Do you want me to do this? I can actually read this. Do you want me to do it now, or you want me to hello everybody?
I mean, if you want, we could take a rest.
A rest sounds fantastic. To be
I need to tell you the truth. I need a long rest, but sure, you guys can take a rest while I read this.
a rest
Well,
sounds great.
So you would not. So here's the thing. It's not going to be comforting enough in this room to take a rest with these like creatures flailing everything. Even though you know that like you're pretty safe here, it wouldn't. It just would be too unnerving to like take a rest in this room. If you want, you can leave the room and try to take a rest.
Okay.
Yeah, we could.
Rest would be real good, but
Can we physically? Can we move the barrel? Is there like
You can pick it up if you want, or you can attempt to pick it up. Sure. You can
Yeah.
take the ring out of the barrel, by the way. It's not attached, but if you want to take the whole thing, you can.
I'll just take the ring.
And I'll
Okay.
take the book.
All right. The ring is pretty heavy, but you're strong, Kino. So you do pick up the ring and go through it, and you guys you go ahead and walk out of the room. Immediately when the last person leaves the room, by the way, the door just slams shut on you.
I'm gonna ask Miracle real quickly if she can just go back to the laboratory room with all the books and just use Mage Hand because I don't think we actually picked up the magic wire. Just to grab it and just bring it over back to the group because I think Erastus said he wanted it, but in the chaos we left it behind.
Yeah, so Miracle would not be able to do that because she's too afraid, because I'm put her in case there's like anything back there that would harm her. But if you wanted to grab it, or even Erastus, somebody who's controlling a character, they totally can.
I would probably just remind Erastus then, since he has Mage Hand, he would not be going too deep into the room. He would just walk back over the pit and then walk back.
Yep. All right. So is that good, CO? Do you want Erastus to go get it?
Yeah, no, that's chill.
Yep.
Also, and Gretna, before you start reading,
Mm-hmm.
could you do me a huge favor?
If I can, sure.
See, I'm worried about a few of the lingering effects of some of the things we saw lately.
Uh-huh. What do you want me to do?
So, there's some lingering effects on my psyche, I believe, that lightening the mental load after seeing them not once but twice, like, a deity that might have appeared that Pirvin might have also seen. It would just really be a weight off if you could maybe, if you have something to break curses.
Well, yeah, I did before that fight. If I can just rest for like 8 hours, I could do that for you.
Yes, if we take a
Um,
long rest, it would be much appreciated.
Okay, so just before we do it, I'll lesser restoration you, but afterwards I can remove your curse. If it's a curse you're thinking, I can remove it.
It's probably pretty powerful.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty much tapped right now.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless, even if you can't do it right away. It's not something
First
that needs
thing
to be
after I
done.
wake up. The first
I
thing on my
appreciate it.
list.
Okay, so a couple things. So Gretna, if everyone wants to take a short rest, Gretna, while you're reading it, you can. But just remember, like, if you did want to like go to sleep or whatever, you wouldn't be able to finish this.
No. I need a long rest to get my spells back. So
Gotcha.
you know.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's fine. So if you
yeah.
guys want to, yeah.
Short rest isn't going to do anything for me, so I'm going to read.
Okay. All right. Cool. A short rest. Gretna goes through and reads this. So what it is it's instructions on how to say certain command words. Um, and you now have the list of those command words. Do you want to say them out loud?
Me? Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All
sure
right, you
English with
do. So
everybody.
yeah, you go through a list of 23 command words that it has. You know exactly how to say them in the order. Nothing happens. But the instructions are a list of 23 command words to unlock either a magic item or a magic device or something. But nothing happens when you say them.
Hmm. I'm guessing we have to, say it to the thing that's not here.
Did we have to be in the room?
Maybe.
But you're able to rest. The door did shut behind you and is locked now, so.
Okay. Well, when
All right.
everybody's ready, maybe we should try again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys all gather up your strength. So now the way that this is going to work is that everyone that did save twice in that fight is immune to the effect of this creature if we have to go through that again, just as an FYI. Okay. All right, Pirvin, go ahead and try to unlock this. Erastus will give you advantage.
As always.
It's going to help. You there, Pirvin?
Yeah, he's rolling.
Oh, is he? Okay, cool. Yep. Cool deal.
I never saved.
Hello?
We can hear you now. We couldn't hear you before.
Okay, I must have muted myself on accident. 17 was my highest.
17? Okay. That is enough to unlock the door. All right. So you do unlock the door. Yeah, if you didn't save, then.
But I
it
had a
could
tone.
happen. You had
I had the tone where I cast.
Oh, you know what? I think I messed that up. Then I think
I think I
assumed
did
you
too,
saved
sorry.
once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine. All right. So what do you guys want to do? Is everyone walking in?
It's Mac. It's a short rest, not a long rest. I think.
Yeah, it's a short rest. Short rest, Mac.
All right.
It's only short rest. All right. So is everyone going in at the same time, kind of thing?
I'll go in first.
Sure.
All right. So Pirvin goes in.
I'd like to go behind Pirvin and say those 23 words and see what happens.
Yep. All right. So Gretna goes in. Is anyone staying outside?
I'll go in behind Gretna.
All right.
Food.
You said exactly what they're saying. Did you say, Sia?
I said I was going to head in with Erastus.
Cool. Okay. Perfect.
Maybe we should leave like 1 or 2 people outside just in
Well,
case.
Miracle's gonna stay outside anyway, since she knows there's dangerous creatures and she's afraid. As everyone else gets inside though, and there's no clearing the door shuts and closes. All right. So as you say the command words, by the way, Gretna, surprisingly to you, nothing happened. It doesn't look like it's unfortunately something like that simple, or maybe it has nothing to do with this room. You're not sure.
Okay.
But as you come in, yes, they start flailing and going through. Lines are all over the place. What do you guys want to try?
I don't even know at this point.
Why don't we go through that other door?
I think that's pretty good. We didn't see. I mean, it probably would have.
The door is
relocked
unlocked now,
itself.
if you remember. The door is definitely unlocked. It's just no one got a chance to try to open it. Although you do have dramaturgy now, so.
Yeah, I'll try Domaturgy, try and throw it open.
Okay. All right. You are able to do that. Throw the door open. It opens up, and when you look inside, there's literally just a wall. It's just not repped, guys, but there's a wall behind it, just like last time, Kino.
I'll look to Kino and clarify that this wall isn't
Okay.
solution, right?
Yep.
So probably the other way that little boy over here pointed out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I suggest we go that way.
So the only issue is, Kino, so as you start looking, if this wall can be opened, or if this is the area to go through, you have all these plants to contend with.
I am.
Plants that no less are getting healed.
The dragon sees. What on that wall exactly?
So the dragon doesn't see anything on this wall. It thinks this is a normal wall, but it does see the magic, the green stuff that's magic that seems to resurrect and completely heal these creatures on this wall. However, this creature was also healed, keep that in mind. but there is something going on in this wall that is certainly affecting us. So you think to yourself and you go through it. By the way, what's your intelligence, Kino?
It's not great. It's an 11.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the only thing that you can think of is like, you know that it's probably similar because you've already been through this wall here before. But the real problem again is that there's these man-eating plants that are all over this. So this looks a little harder to do than the last room, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there must be some. I mean, the only thing you would know common sense wise as well is that when a Sarek makes one of these things, there's definitely a way to get through it because he wants you to he wants you to die trying essentially. But he's fair usually. I mean, that's all that you can think of. So there must be a way to solve this, but
I'm going to cast Chill Touch on the actual wall.
you can. Yep. So go ahead and roll to hit. They basically auto succeed, by the way, but go ahead and roll to hit anyway, and then do your damage. It's just if you miscast or something.
An 8 and 6
Yep.
magical necrotic damage.
All right, so you are able to. Where did you want to aim? By the way, which piece of the wall? Just out of curiosity.
I would aim sort of to the left of the grouping of 3 on that blank patch of
Yep.
wall.
Okay. Yeah, so you go through and you do. It does damage the wall only slightly, but it doesn't seem like to have any effect on the magic or anything like that. You're only able to make a nick into the wall itself. Doesn't look like it does much though.
I'm trying to think. So the pseudo dragon can't tell us what in the wall. The wall itself is magical, but it can't pinpoint like, oh, there's.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly. It doesn't know where the magic's coming from. It doesn't even know if it's the wall itself. It doesn't know if there's like something seeped inside the wall. It looks like the magic, but it will describe it to you. The magic is coming out of cracks within the wall itself. Who has the highest intelligence score? Erasmus?
Arasis or
Yeah.
Miracle, one of them would have it. Arasis
Okay.
has a 17.
I think they're the same.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing Erasmus can think of too is like, the only thing that I think he could go through and think like to figure out whatever puzzle is going on here is that if you do use things within the room, we don't know what the tree does yet if it does anything, but we knew that it was glowing, so there's that. And then maybe using like the magics of all this stuff like against the room itself, but he doesn't know.
And I had the picture of
Yeah,
what was it? It was the anchor tied around the tree.
that's right.
I would and the vines don't reach to the anchor, correct?
Nope. It's just out of reach.
Oh, I mean, I'll let everyone know that I'll pick up one end of the rope
Okay.
and
Yeah, the anchor is very heavy. Like when you pick it up, even the rope is heavy, but the anchor itself is incredibly heavy. You'll need to have Erasmus help you, who's also strong. So, but you guys can pick it up together.
Yeah, he'll
yeah.
definitely help.
Yep. Okay. And what would you like to do?
I will follow the diagram. I'm assuming it's tied around the trunk of the tree.
No, it's actually so all the diagram shows is I'll make it very clear to you. So this rope is like connected just laying over one of the branches. Um it's laying over one of the branches and then just hanging down to where the anchor is. So
Okay.
essentially if you wanted to follow the diagram, you would just throw the rope up around one of the branches.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. All right. So as you do that and you throw it up, you don't have to roll for this or anything. Eventually, you make it. It takes you more than one try because it's so heavy, the rope. But as it hits the tree trunk, immediately, instantly, the entire thing freezes solid. So now there is a solid, like, frozen anchor through. And as it does that, this square and this whole area around here just becomes a sheet of ice. So all these squares here become a sheet of ice and slowly like starting. But this is the basically it's just ice here.
Okay, so now we can do something with the starfish because water freezes?
If you want to try, if you do try and experiment, by the way, as soon as the rope does become out of contact with the tree, I'll give you this because I think eventually you're going to do this anyway. It will unfreeze itself. The ice breaks. It becomes like not cold again or whatever. But yeah, so something the tree or touching the tree or whatever, it freezes.
If I drop like a single copper piece onto the rope while it's touching the tree, does the frost seem to carry over from the rope to the
Yeah,
coin?
it does. Yes. Yep, it does.
Oh man, this is a puzzle. I'm trying to figure this out.
Grasses and Gage are both much better at puzzles than I am.
And how much of the floor is now ice?
A pretty large amount. It goes all the way around here. Pretty large amount becomes ice as you touch it. So at least 3 squares by 3 squares. Although you're not exactly sure because it seeps in a little bit as it goes through, but it's a large amount of ice. It's like anything that touches that transfers to the rope even will become ice or frozen.
Okay, we have to get the plants to touch the rope. Maybe that will freeze them and kill them?
I would guess so.
How heavy is the stone with the starfish?
You're not exactly sure, like if because you haven't tried to pick it up or if it's even possible, like if it's not affixed to the floor or whatever. But the anchor is heavy enough that it could take it. Same time, they're both very heavy things. The coral's heavy.
Can I try and I was gonna say is if there's a way that we could have the starfish get attacked by the plants and then do crushing damage and then freeze?
When Arasis had tried to get Bemmy and Barry to pick up the starfish, I
Yep.
know Barry got destroyed, or Bemmy got destroyed. Is Barry able to pick it up?
You can try. You can try again. You're not exactly sure because Bemmy touched it first. But if you try to go through it, it does look like he can pick up the starfish with the mage hand.
He can.
Yep.
Yeah. So if Arasis can pick that up, and we throw it over on one of the plants, and then maybe Mage Hand can get the rope from the anchor to connect.
Well, Mage Hand is definitely not strong enough to even pick up the rope. It's more than 15. The rope itself is more than 15 feet. Yeah. So Mage Hand's not strong enough to pick up the rope.
Oof.
So what you try it, and it's too strong.
Well,
But it can definitely pick up the starfish.
Yeah, we can definitely throw the starfish.
Does the ice seem like the rope, does it transfer the frost?
Does the ice seem like the rope? What do you mean specifically?
Like when I took the coin and I placed it on the rope and it
Yep.
frosted over. If
Yep.
if I was to take the same coin and put it on the floor on the ice, does it look like it also frosts over?
Just to a lesser degree, but when you put it to the rope, it's like ice. It's like a sheet of ice. It's
Okay.
very, very cold. To a lesser degree, it does, but not fully. You really need the rope to touch something, and then it transfers all the ice to it and everything. But yeah.
Can we just freeze the wall?
That could work too.
I'm not sure we can get the rope because right now It's just we have the piece of rope connected to the very heavy anchor.
Yeah. Yeah, Macmon, what you're saying is somehow pick up the rope, throw the anchor into the wall, which is definitely heavy enough that if you could throw it hard enough, it would stick into the wall, and then throw the rope over into the tree. So the challenge to that is that getting the anchor over into the wall with enough strength.
Do we really need the anchor? Can't we just cut the rope and put something else on it?
You totally could if you wanted to. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
You
a
could
smart
just cut
idea.
you could literally just cut the anchor off. Absolutely. And just use 2 ends of the rope.
Because it looks like it's not a magical rope, it's an innate
No, it's
rope.
just heavy. It's just heavy. Yeah, it looks like a ship's nautical rope. If you've ever seen an actual ship's anchor, those ropes are incredibly heavy, and they have to be. And the reason why is because they have to make sure that the anchor never ever breaks, especially when it's dragging across the bottom of the ocean. So they're very sturdy, heavy ropes, and it looks like it's a true nautical rope in this case.
Yeah, I mean, we could. Can I try instead of cutting it? Can I just see if I can undo the knot
Yeah,
while it's not touching the tree?
Yeah, so you guys bash it off, you go through it, absolutely. As you do that, it takes you a little while, 10 minutes, but you are able to get the knot out finally.
All right, let's see if we have one end touching, or I'm gonna try and maybe
So
someone
first,
can help me
so
with
the
this.
only way to do this is first you have to throw the rope at the wall or one of the creatures, and then you have to take the rope and throw it at the tree.
Yeah, I like that
I
idea.
can like try to run towards the plants and then get it on the plants or the wall that you want me to get it to, and Misty step away.
Well, I think if I had help, we could probably toss it from a safe distance towards the wall.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So as you do that, and we'll go through that, I'll let you roll. The problem is as you try that, and you try it a couple different ways, the plants always grab it with the vines and they throw it out. So I think Pirvin is right. If you want to get this on the wall, he's going to have to run up the wall and do it if you want to do it that way, because otherwise they just take it with the vines and they throw it away.
What if we coat the rope in
Food.
mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Do we have? I
Yeah.
mean, I
We
have no.
Yeah, that might work.
Should we try that?
We should.
That would be food.
That's disgusting, but we should.
That would be food. So if you want to do that, if you want to take out the jar and go ahead, you have plenty of mayonnaise. You can slather the whole thing with mayonnaise, and as you throw it, you have which one you want it to go to. But yeah, one of them can try to eat the rope. Yep.
Oh, which one should it be?
Yeah, which one?
Maybe one in the center.
Okay.
Is there one that is like bigger than the others, or was it?
No, they're all basically roughly the same size of varying degrees. It's up to you guys which one you want to try it on.
Was there one? I mean, the
Go ahead.
wall's all evenly magical. There's not like a.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wherever the plants aren't gonna get me.
So what's the plan? Is you're smothering the rope with mayonnaise, and you just want to throw it at one of these, which you totally could do. You want to throw it at one of these plants? Because even though they'll take it, you have to understand what will end up happening is if there's food on it, obviously the plants are going to try to eat it. So
Well, if the vines are intertwined, then that should work.
Hopefully.
We can always pull the rope back out, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we could try.
Yep. Okay. So which one do you want to throw it at?
Chris, do I remember like roughly where the hidden door was that when I
think
went
it's over. Yeah, you think it's over in this direction here.
Okay, I would advise the group towards roughly that direction.
Okay. All right. Uh, I guess Kino, you're pretty strong. So if you want to, you can try to throw the rope in that direction. What'll end up happening if you do that is that you won't actually even get a choice on which one because they're all going to try to eat it. And I will tell you which one does try to eat it. Dun, dun, dun.
That was a 17 strength check.
Okay. So, perfect. So this one here grabs it in the corner. This one grabs it first, even though they're all trying to grab it. And he actually goes through and immediately tries to eat your rope. Go ahead and make another one to throw it on the tree itself.
Am I also doing this one?
Yeah, yeah. I assume so, yeah.
Not as good, 9.
Okay. So Kino tries to throw it on the tree immediately and it falls short. Someone else is going to have to pick it up while it's trying to eat this rope. Mac?
I'll go over and do it. Sure, why not?
Okay. All right, that's fine. So you guys scramble to do it as well. Go ahead and roll.
Would that be just a D20?
It's
strength.
Strength, yeah, it's strength.
What do I push again? Sorry. Cast what?
Oh, you can do
Attack?
no, it's cast it can just be you can do it as a save too. It doesn't actually matter, I think, in this case. What's your
Okay.
modifier? And I can roll it too.
Wait, hold on a second, sorry. Modifier is a +2 on strength, I believe. Yeah, it's a +2 on strength.
Okay, yep, you fail. Macmorn,
great.
yep. So Mac you do the same thing, you just can't get it up the branch. Macmorn, go ahead and try.
If I
Can I give
Oh,
him guidance?
jeez.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Kino?
I was just gonna say, if I had saw Gretna fail, I would try and grab the rope and help toss it over the branch as well, and just help Macmorn with it since it's.
Okay, that's actually you could help Greta too. Greta, you can roll one more time.
Can
I'll
I
let you.
do partner guidance on that second roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. One more time, Greta. Depends on how many times you go, depending on if you run out of rope. That's
Oops, oops.
Yep.
15? Nope.
Plus
Oh,
15?
+2. 17, same thing. 17.
Yeah, that works. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
able to go through that. So there's a connection from this branch here all the way to this creature. Immediately when it goes to like as it's in its thing, this creature freezes solid. This creature over here also freezes solid, and this one freezes solid as well. It is slowly going through over here, but it doesn't get all of them. But these three now are frozen completely solid, meaning they probably can't attack you.
All right, we move now.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. So Kino, you move first. You go over there. It is a solid wall. There's no even with your you start investigating it. Erastus starts investigating it. You don't have to roll. There's no way to open this door from over here. Unfortunately, it's a solid wall. But
Wait,
at least you're not getting attacked by these creatures.
There's a lever outside, correct?
There was a lever last time. It doesn't look like the lever's here anymore. It must be somewhere else.
No, the lever out in the hallway. I said everyone.
Oh yeah, there is. That is true. There is, yes.
Yeah, that one. Can someone I guess
Pyravin did go last time, but he got really bothered being out there. But yes.
Does anyone have
Erastus can use
message?
it.
Well, I was gonna
Yep.
say Miracle could just send an
Unseen
unseen
servant?
servant.
Yep. Well, actually, now Miracle would be afraid. If Erastus wants to do it, Erastus is probably a better option because Miracle's
Okay.
very afraid right now. So.
We'll just have Mage Hand go and do the deed for him.
Yep.
If he
Yeah,
thinks
that's
it's safe.
fine. Yeah, there's enough room. So, Erastus does go through Mage Hand, and the door does open. So this is what you guys end up seeing. The door slides back, and there is a room beyond this. Do you guys want to go through?
Pirvin, you go first.
Okay, I check for traps.
All right. All right. Paravan goes through here, and so first, Paravan, you do check for traps, and so this square, this square, this square, this square, this square, this square.
I can't
All
see
of them.
right now. My internet's
gotcha.
being weird. I'm sorry.
And that's okay. So in front of you, so the whole group can in front of you. There's nine squares in front of you that all have like some kind of pressure plate associated with them. If you want to disarm this trap, it's big enough. It's going to take you 5-10 minutes, which is pretty hectic because like there's like these. So even though these are frozen solid, these guys here are only partly frozen, and their vines are still like everywhere, like flailing and stuff. So
I look to the group and say, is it worth it?
Does anyone have a spell that could improve jumping distance? We could try and jump it.
Verasis has jump, but he only has like 1 or 2 charges of it. It's not enough.
Yep.
Wait, how many of us have? You said it was over 9 squares, so that would be
Yep.
how many feet?
Oh, it's actually only so it's 9 squares, but it's so it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 30 feet. The jump is 30 feet.
I have Misty Step. Pier has Misty Step. Verasis can cast jump at first level 4 times. And I think, yeah, it's by touch. So any creature, so he could cast it on himself. And then 3 other people.
Yep. So that's 6.
Still wouldn't be good enough for me.
And with that, you can jump twice your strength score. Am I remembering that correct?
Jump distance is tripled until spell ends, but I don't know how you determine your
jump distance.
Jumping speed, yeah, or your jump distance.
I think it is strength. I think it is whatever your modifier is, +3 or something. I can look it up, but
I got it. I'm looking it up now. Yeah, you can cover a number of feet up to your strength score. So it would be, with the spell jump, it would be 3 times whatever your strength score is.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So Rassus,
which is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Rassus could
Then I
do
can do it.
himself, Retna, Mac, Kino, or Miracle, or Pan. Then Pier and I can take care of ourselves. So we still need Kino, Miracle, and Pan, or a combination of those 3 to have a way to get across.
Yeah.
I mean, technically with jump, I would be able to, because I would be able to jump 48 feet with the spell.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's just it, is he could give it to himself, Mac, Retna, and Kino, but then Pan and Miracle still don't have a way of getting across unless they have spells of their own.
I wouldn't be able to hold someone while I jumped, correct?
You can, but it would like decrease it by half. So no, you wouldn't be able to make it.
Okay.
Would Erasmus know of any kind of contraptions or like something he could do?
I mean, the only thing that Erasmus could do, and it would be as much time as disarming it as building a bridge. But he doesn't have the raw materials. He'd have to go find them. On top of that, it would just take as long as you'd have to go back into the other room and chop up the tables to do that, and it would take as long as Purvin could to disarm it.
Why don't we just try and disarm this trap? Because I don't think we have the means necessary to get everyone across it safely, and I don't think we have the time to make a contraption. So what if we just I'll
Yep.
prepare something if I'll hold an action if I see while Purvin is disarming it if the plants come back alive. Otherwise, I'm just going to stand over him while he works.
Sure.
Would it be worth it for those of us who can get across to go ahead and get across, and then that way we can bring the last 2 people in and then disarm the trap, hoping that the vines can't reach into this alcove? We see if
Yes.
the
Yeah.
grout has vines in it, like
It
past
does.
that door. Oh, it does.
The grout does have lines. Oh, wait, what do you mean specifically, though? I'm sorry.
Oh, like it has the vines. Like you had said, when
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
the
testing
grout.
out
Yes.
where the vines could move.
Yeah, it does. The vines are all frozen in here, but they are there.
But
The
there,
vines
okay.
are all around. Yeah, yeah.
And then maybe it's best to let Pierre disarm it, and then we try again to freeze over the plants.
Well, it looks like now. So here's what it looks like. Because it's in its mouth, going through it, and because it looks like it's going to be frozen there indefinitely. That part doesn't look like it can fall out or anything like. The vines are active, but no. If everyone's careful, they don't have to be in these squares. So Peregrine, yeah, if Peregrine wants to disarm it, he can. Go ahead and if you need to, I can roll for you, Peregrine. But go ahead and make an investigation check to try to get this disarmed.
Erastus will assist him, and I can give Pierre guidance whenever he's ready to disarm.
Okay. Do you want me to roll, Peregrine?
No, I got it. I just
All right, cool.
it's going on around my where I live. We have a bad storm rolling through.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
19, and then what do I roll? A
Yep.
D.
That's okay. That's enough to get it going. So it's only going to take Peregrine 10 minutes. It's a stressful 10 minutes, but Peregrine is able to disarm these squares. Normally would have.
Oh, Chris, you cut out for me.
Got lucky. Yep. Yeah. Oop. Yeah, it did cut out. Can you guys hear me again?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. So anyway, so I guess go ahead, Peregrine. Peregrine will walk through. It is safe. You can get to these things. So if people want to run out, they can.
I'll go.
Okay. All right. Everybody's running out. All right.
Everyone stop at the bottom of the stairs. Don't go past the bottom of the stairs.
Yep.
And I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. All right. All right. We got out of that room. So, all right. So as you guys get into this room here and through it, they do stop at the bottom. Sure enough. Oops. Here, let's do this. All right. So, Kino, this is a very familiar room to you. So,
Hello,
you
darkness, my old friend.
yeah, so there is a giant, very, very, very prominent glowing teleportation circle or some kind of ritual circle um, right here. However, Peregrine, you can even see this in the distance too. Also faintly glowing is a dial. You don't remember a dial there, Kino. There's like a very small stone dial. It doesn't have any like writings or carvings or even like notches, but it's right here in the doorway as well. It's circular. Looks like it could be turned. But there is a glowing ritual circle in the middle of this. You do not see any
Alright.
ghouls.
So I will, and everyone can see it's not an invisible teleportation circle. Everyone can see it.
Everyone can see it this time. Yeah.
All right. So we might want to take a little bit of time right here. I'll tell everyone if we want to maybe take our
Rest.
8 hours now. I personally would like to take some time looking at the dial and maybe get the help of Co and Erastus to help copy down in full the teleportation circle sigil.
Okay. Yep. It does look. So here's the thing: if you do investigate the dial, you'll notice that as you turn the dial, a different circle actually like basically glows into it. And let me get you what they look like because that is important. Um, so here's what they look like. So there are um, there are several variations of this as you turn the dial. It basically glows and bursts in and actually gets different ones. But hold on. Here we go. So you'll see it on the stream in a second. So they're labeled now 1 through 9. These are the different teleportation or circle ritual circles or whatever that it goes into. So each one of these is very, very different. Uh, so Kino, the one thing that's interesting is that as you're looking through this, you actually roll an intelligence saving throw to see if you remember which one is which. Just to roll, give me actually just a yeah. It's basically the same as intelligence saving throw. Just to recall, like basically memory, traumatic memory.
Come on, nat 1. Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I need to call out like that you're gonna get a nat 1 more often because that's
All
twice
right.
now that I've said that and you've gotten a nat 20.
You remember that the place that you went through before was number 3. So if you
Okay.
want to copy down number 3, you can, or
Yep.
all of them. But number 3 is the ritual circle that you went to previously.
I am going to copy down number 3. I don't want to take up too much time because I do want to get the long rest in, but
Yep.
and also
It'll
I
take you.
know
So here's the thing. This is a very complex. It's even more complex than it looks in the picture. This is going to take some time. This is like copying a spell.
okay.
So
I
it's you kind of like are unfortunately in a bad spot here. It's going to take you hours to do this.
well, I do only need 4 hours of
Yep.
meditation, so I will try and put the other 4 hours. If I need to go a little bit longer,
Well, you can just ask the group to rest with you just longer, essentially, and then you'll be
Yeah.
able to get it. It takes 6 hours for you to do this thing. So the party, if you guys want to rest, you're going to need to spend 10 hours for Kino to also rest.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yep. Yep. Now, Kino, as you're messing with that dial, sure enough, there's 9 different positions in that dial, and each one of these is very different.
I wouldn't.
None
There's
of them
no.
turns out, by the way. So it's not like the position or there's no circle. Each circle is different.
There's no like signifiers as to where any of them go, correct?
No, and that's. I mean, I'll give you our counter checks on them, but and everyone can try to roll an Arcana check, but you would only even be able to glimpse. You'll never be able to know exactly where they go. However, on a natural 20, you might be able to get some semblance of like if it's like, you know, in the same plane. If it's something like it goes to like Avernus or something, you'd be able to like that too on a natural 20. But other than that, no.
I got a natural 1, so
Okay.
to balance out my nat 20.
Yeah, everyone can roll this, but only on a nat 20 would you be able to glean anything from these. So,
Cool.
and that's probably going to be limited, but
Hard pass.
And I will also, as I'm copying this and we're taking the long rest, every now and then I'm just going to look. I also have enough parchment in my pack where this shouldn't be an issue.
uh-huh.
I'm just going to see if Co actually like begins to fall asleep or if she just kind of does a meditation thing.
Yep. Yeah, you can. Co, do you you can if you're making a perception check, just I mean, Co, you might notice that he's watching you, but go ahead and describe what you do.
Sia will sit.
Or she's watching you. What am I saying? Yep.
Yeah, no, Sia will for sure sit with Kino probably the whole time, just because she does like Kino. She thinks she's very interesting and smart, but she's also very enamored with the fact that Kino is so versatile in her knowledge. Like Sia only has very practical knowledge, so this is her first time with spells and things, and Kino seems really knowledgeable about that.
Yep.
And Sio's gonna hang out with her. Does she need to roll to see if Kino's like watching her with some kind of other intent?
You can roll. You can roll. You can always roll insight. But what Kino is doing is Kino's just like every now and then looking at you. He just wants to know if you sleep or not. I guess. Yep. Is that right? Am I right in that, Kino?
Yeah, she doesn't seem like malicious. Like she's not trying to like be sneaky about it, if that makes sense. She doesn't seem like she's super devious. She's not like walking away from her paper or anything, or like eyeing the dragon at all. She's just kind of looking up, you know.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, never mind then. Sia will just hang out with Kino, assist her, and also take her rest as she needs to.
Yep. And do you fall asleep?
At some point I'll have to, yeah. But I'll probably get out of Kino's way when I
That's
do
fine.
take a rest.
So yeah, you do see her sleep then, Kino.
Before you actually fall asleep, she'll, without looking up from, because she's very enamored by this teleportation circle, she's going to be staring down, copying with a little a little quill and ink. She's just gonna say, "Look, I'm sorry if I scared you back there with talking about the fate of Luskin. Uh, I can tell you like that city very much, so I just want you to know that, you know, we made sure that the events of that cataclysm never happened in either of our timelines, yours or mine. At least not anymore. If Astrak never ascends, Luskin will stay safe. But I worry if you all leave this tomb, Aseric will eventually ascend to godhood, and Luskin, in one way or another, will meet the same demise. I can also kind of tell that while you do seem interested, your trust in me was dwindling a little bit for a while back there in the library. But I just want you to know that the information I hold from you, I do not do out of malice or selfishness, but for your own well-being. The reason my group is being, hunted by the Arcane Brotherhood is down, literally to the ends of the earth, is because we refused to hand over a very powerful evil artifact to them, which I would prefer not to disclose. But if you ever talk to the Arcane Brotherhood, I'd prefer if you didn't mention anyone from our group, even if that is in the past or the future. It's been a long, painful journey for all of us, and I'm not sure if we'll ever come out on top, but the least I can do is help you all flourish where we could not. And do not think I wanted to keep this artifact for myself either. We handed it over to a very powerful goddess, in fact, in exchange for the safety of a very dear friend of mine. Although, I'm pretty sure you could ask her yourself. See, you were very sneaky for a while. I couldn't figure you out, but you showed your hand. I had a friend that could communicate with people whose names were written in his book. But up until that point, I had no idea you were a warlock.
Should keep it that way.
Fair enough. But
When Sia says that, like she was very like pleased with what you were saying, Like, she genuinely appreciated the info about Luskin, but like as you said, you've been sneaky. Like, her demeanor is very subtly going to change. Like, she's going to go from holding a very gentle, like kind smile, and she's going to turn to you, and her gaze is just going to gradually get harder. The line of her lip is just going to gradually just get straighter, and it's probably going to be the most serious you've heard her speak. But when she says you should keep it that way, there's a hint of malice in that.
Kina just looks up with the biggest grin you have ever seen on her face. The mistress of secrets.
Kino,
Your secret's
I
safe.
say this.
Your secret's safe with me. I just thought it was interesting.
Know this. I will have to kill you if you keep this up.
I
don't want to, but you've
will
shown
ask
your
no
hand.
further questions. I've shown my hand.
You know too much.
Look, I was entrusted by another who walked in the same footsteps as you. And nothing happened to him or me.
So privately, this is private information that you alone have, CO. You absolutely know of no other person that could possibly have that. You instinctively were told, by the way, that there are no other people. It's something that's ingrained in your heart, essentially, that you just do not believe that there are any others.
Do I think it could be possible, knowing that
Yes.
technically we're in the future and on a different timeline? Do I think it's possible?
Yes.
You know? Okay.
Yes, it is possible that, like, for instance, you are dead. So here's what you think. But from what she's told you, there's a possibility that you're either dead in his timeline, or maybe the other one is dead, or she lied to you.
Right.
Because the reality is that you're like the only one.
Okay.
So it's one of those. Either you're dead, he's dead. Maybe she did lie to you, though. That's always a possibility.
Theo's
Yeah.
not going to believe that her patron lied to her, but
Yep.
or that Kino lied, because there's no way that Kino would know.
Or Kino's
other-
lying. Exactly. Or
Yeah.
it could very well be that Kino's lying as well. However, you're shocked that Kino has the name. You don't know how that's possible.
No, that's just that she doesn't think Kino's lying because Kino knows too much. But
Yeah.
she definitely doesn't believe that the other person is alive or that something happens to her, which she's more okay with.
Kino's also talking at a volume where only you and I could hear. She's not openly exclaiming to the group.
Yeah. No one else would hear this as you waited for people to go to bed. So.
Right.
Yep. By the way, for everyone else, we are going to stop here because just in case you guys decide to either go inside a teleportation circle or jump over it like the last group and fail, there's too much to go through. So the official end of the session can be now. If you guys want to finish your conversation, obviously you can. But yeah, there'll be much more like next time. This teleportation circle, as the group knows, is fun. So and
I would also just ask Gretna once she wakes up.
They'll remove the
I
curse.
like remove the curse.
Yep.
It's like at the forefront of Kino's mind.
So-
As
And
soon
Kino,
as
you half expect, by the way, after you go to bed. And by the way, after you go to bed, you also half expect to wake up in your bed, which you do not do. So keep that in mind.
So Chris,
you're here still. Yeah, you're here. Yep.
There's a big curse on me that is not from Luxis. Would that get broken?
If they remove curse, yeah, it would, obviously. She doesn't get to choose which curses remove and which don't remove. So.
Okay.
Everything
so
gets
are
removed
we
in this.
we gonna wake up next time, or are we waking up now? We're gonna wake up next time, right?
We'll wake up next time.
Okay, so
that's
then I'll
fine.
do it then, because that
Yeah,
just
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
it-
Because we'll go through that. But yeah. So yeah. Like I said, if you guys want to finish your conversation, by all means, go ahead because it's better to do it.
Oh
Instead
yeah,
of,
no, CO's got some sussing out to do.
So, Chris, I want to take a moment to just check my shield real quick.
Oh,
What is
your
it?
if your shield is absolutely showing Tiamat. So that's the other thing
Oh,
as well. Yeah. Your shield is 100% showing Tiamat. I thought you specifically though were not using the shield. I thought that was the.
I am not. I wanted to know if that curse would have been broken with remove curse.
Oh, I can't tell you until the next time, so we'll see.
Oh,
It
okay.
depends. Yeah. But spoiler warning, it's a curse that was given to you by God, so you'll have to wait and see.
That's fair. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was only that
All right.
easy, brother could have done that too. But although
Yeah.
brother probably wouldn't do that, to be honest. So, but
I thought the whole thing was it's like brother could do it, but he would never want to.
Brother would stare you in the eyes, telling you that he could, but he won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. But you'll see what happens. You'll see.
Uh
Oh
oh.
boy.
Uh oh. I finished copying the circle. That's all I need. I have the
Yeah,
circle.
so you do have the circle, and there's now several others, which was not the same from before.
Now you just have to get it to honor.
Also,
Yeah.
I would probably ask Erastus and see if I can message you privately. It's just a small mundane item that I would ask if we're taking an extra 2 hours. Something Erastus could probably craft pretty easily that I would want to just have made before I go.
It's the baby leash.
No, it's a friendship bracelet. I just want a single one. I give the rough size of a small human wrist.
Aww.
That's
Tyler.
If you, I'm assuming you asked him before you confronted CO, because after the fact, she would be like, "Fuck you, no." If you asked
Well,
before, it would depend on if this takes that long rest to restore Bemi, because he's probably going to do that first, and if he has the time to after, he'd probably make it. Oh, but if you told him it's for Henri, he might not, because Professor Orb.
Oh, I didn't say it was for Henri. I just gave the size.
Okay, he would probably make it if he had time to do his long rest and restore Bemi, because that's probably what he'll occupy himself with. But I don't see why he wouldn't otherwise.
Yep.
So this is interesting. I like seeing angry CO. This is a whole.
You don't want to.
I have a great
doesn't-
track record with warlocks. I have a great track record.
The whole
with
group
warlocks.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does not take kindly to that, because like CO's background is she's never told a soul, like literally has not told anyone, and she loves Erastus and she loves her brother more than life itself, but she keeps everyone out of her business for very reasons.
Hey,
yeah,
you walked up.
not to mention the fact, canonly too, the group also has no idea that CO's a warlock as well, and that also opens up a bunch of things like, wait, what? You're in service to a demon, so the group doesn't know that either. So I'm sure CO sees it as a threat. Yeah.
Well, not even CO's brother. Like, and CO and her brother are incredibly close because of their childhood. But like, he doesn't know her business. Granted, she doesn't know his either. But like, no one knows. Like, she has played ignorant and is ignorant to an extent. So the fact that you just like called her out in like the very gritty details is not only jarring to her, but due to the nature of her pact, she's like genuinely like, and it kind of shows in the way her demeanor changes. Like, she's actually worried that you said some of the things you did because of the nature of her pact. The fine details of that contract are very specific about certain things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Also, the group, just so you know, Kino, they think she's a wizard.
Oh,
Watching
I
everything
did
else,
too.
they absolutely think she's a wizard. So yeah,
Theo didn't
Yeah.
know what they thought of her. She's just been
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
I
they
just-
think the same thing of Honor.
else.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
I would love to
Oh
for
my
Honor.
god, that would be great.
Yep.
Remember, patron Asarak.
Yep. Yep.
Seal walked up to Kino going, wow, Kino's cool. She knows things. And then she walked away going, oh, she knows things.
Yeah. She liked you, and now she's heavily suspect of you.
Yep.
Because it's not that
Out
Theo
of character. The good news is, out of character, you did play that well. That was not a pact breaking piece of information, even anger. So that was good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just it. Is like Theo hasn't told anyone, has never engaged with anyone who also shares a pact with the same patron, thinks she's the only one. So for someone to just literally come out of thin air from the past slash future, it's like, oh yeah, I met another person in service to your patron. She's like, I don't think you're lying, but this was not in my contract.
Oh, not only that, there would be jealousy too, because you're kind of like the chosen one. So there's a bit of jealousy if he's right. But again, who knows if he is, because maybe the person's not alive. Maybe you're not alive.
Yeah. Well, that's
There's
just
a lot
it.
of
Like,
or
Theo thinks
where
Theo's
your
dying.
patron did lie to you. Yeah.
Theo doesn't think her patron lied. Theo thinks it's entirely possible that there's someone else, but she's like, especially with the whole time thing, even though Theo doesn't fully understand it, she does think that there could be somebody else, but she knows enough from like what Abel and Honoré and Kino have said to know that in the past, but also technically on a different timeline than them. So she thinks that it's possible, and she doesn't think Kino's lying, but she's still upsetty because she felt very special, and like she's always been treated so different, like treated like dirt in society. So to like
Yep.
have that act with someone who thinks she's so special and she's one of a kind and she's like meant for something bigger than
Right.
herself, like
Yeah,
Seal
exactly.
lives for that. That's like her actual existence. So
Yep.
she's perturbed with Kino for calling her out, but she's also upset with the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kino would know this too, but now that you guys have seen all those keys really made things a bit harder. Especially, I mean, really.
Things just
So
keep piling up. Everything
yeah, the room
just makes everything a little bit more difficult each time.
exactly. The room was already hard. Like a key save is like you have to do these deck saves because the room goes up and down and basically crushes you to death. While you have to worry about not touching the walls and other things. But that was probably decently a little bit harder just because of the fact that it was a decent puzzle, which you guys did end up figuring out. But this is what I'm saying. There is no like they've already done what they've done in the tomb, so you guys will not get the same option as far as that's concerned. But you've already done something that they haven't, which will progressively make this harder on you guys. Um, there will be a chance at some point in a different capacity to essentially not be able to be like invincible, but it's a very different way, and it's not even remotely the same. And I'm not even sure that you guys will get to that part. We'll have to see. They had an option when they turned mode to essentially, they knew that if they died, they really died. Like they really were going to die. Like they come back. You guys can obviously come back still. Will be a chance even for that, but you've unlocked a different anyway now with those keys where it just the whole tomb is now configured differently. So just keep that in mind too. But yeah, things start getting much harder because they're things that it's not just things that they've built, but that you have to face everything that I built on top of it. Like if I was doing the tomb from scratch, so it's definitely harder. So
And I thought
Yeah.
that was the hardest thing we've done so far.
yeah,
The answer was mayonnaise.
yeah,
That was disgusting but genius.
yeah. Oh, you guys did a good job. You guys did a really good job. But thanks everybody, and like I said.